dare I'm messing up, yo. I'm messing up early. Oh, I'm messing up early, man.
Yeah, we supposed to be the vet, bro. We supposed to
Oh
be
man,
mastermind
yo.
behind this, man.
Yo, what's up to all of you Knicks fans tuning in right now? I got my guy O in the building with me. Um, NBA Finals is on right now. The score is 22-14. The series is tied 2-2. I think I got 5 minutes and 30 seconds here. I
I'm
don't know
at
what you got.
524. I'm ahead of you right now.
Oh, 5:24. All right, cool. Well,
Or
I hard just got
519
the.
now, yeah. I heard got rebound, goes up, gets fouled.
Mm, oh, yep, definitely got fouled. Yeah, that was a hard foul too. That was a hard
It,
foul too.
and people gonna be screaming for a flagrant. I'm like, yo, that's a playoff foul. In the regular season, that's a flagrant, but in playoffs, that's a playoff foul. It's a regular foul.
That's definitely true. So
All I'm
how
gonna
you
say
feel
is,
about
oh wait,
how you feel about the what you call it today? How you feel about the Durant news today?
I don't care for it, bro.
Mm.
We're too cool for him now. Too cool for him now, man. I'm gonna
it
say
was
that. I'm gonna say that to his face in the Javits Center this weekend. I'm gonna say that to his face. I'm like, yo, Michael Rubin, you done messed up giving us extra assets. You done messed up giving us extra access. But I'm looking
what
forward
was
to
it
it though.
though? What you think was the main cause of, and shouts to Tyrese Halliburton, he tries to do a pick and roll screen and misses the three. But what you think was it the reason why like the Knicks said, nah, we don't want KD? You don't think they wanted to trade Cat for him? Was it like
Well,
it wasn't
I think
time
I,
yet?
I think well, first off, the contract. There's reports coming out that the next team he wants to go to, he wants to sign a long-term deal to finish out his career. I'm the Knicks. Do I really want to like? You're already so close to the second apron as is. Do you really want to pay a 40-year-old $60 million? No, for that. You know what I mean? Like, nah, bro. Like that's the one part that everyone's overlooking. And then of course, like the cost, what you're gonna give up. I don't think they're not worried about that at all. I don't think they're not gonna touch any of that shit until they bring in a new coach.
Mm.
Once they bring in a new coach, then they'll know who's expendable, who's not. So all these Josh Hart mock trades, Mikhail mock trades, Mitchell Robinson mock trades. Like we, the new coach could come in and be like, "I want to keep all these guys, run it back." And you know what I mean? Like you never know, bro. You never
Nah,
know. So it's like,
yo, it's crazy because you're right. You never know. You're right. You never know. So what if the new coach come in and say, "Hey, I want to run this back"? I'm not going to just tell a new coach, "Hey, go f yourself." Not me. I'm gonna say, "Okay, cool." Like he probably seen something in the current roster that I don't see.
he
And
probably he
Pat's like,
probably he probably looked at the roster and was like, "Yo, you know, they're 2 games away from the finals. There's some better talent for that bench. If you can get me
mm-hmm,
some of these guys, and then I'm allowed to do these tweaks while keeping what worked in, and let's add my own spin to it. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like that's what all the past coaches did.
yeah,
Continuity has been something that's that the Knicks haven't had this entire fucking stretch that Leon's been in the front office. You look at all the past coaches that have won after getting hired as Caruso gets fucking chase down blocks. Holy shit. He got fucking packed. But
oh,
Steve Steve Kerr is the only one to have gotten hired and not have any connection to any of the players.
mm-hmm,
Tyronn Lue was with the Cavs for a year and a half as the associate head coach. Nick Nurse, he coached half of that Raptors team in the G League before coming over with them to the official Raptor squad. Like this familiarity with these guys, man. Like, it makes a transition very easy.
yeah,
So
I
it,
definitely agree. That was a
I'm
great block, by the way.
that was a fantastic block. Matthew has been cooking this finals, bro. The
Matthew,
wings have been shining. The wings have
yes.
been shining.
Do you consider SGA all the way a point guard, or do you consider him a wing? What do you consider him?
I think it's a combo because like point guards of today are not the point guards of 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Like players like Halliburton, like CP3, Lonzo Ball, they're a dying breed. You know what I mean? Where they're playmaking first, point guards. They like to get others involved. They're a second coach on the floor. Like you don't see that anymore. Like
No.
you got guys like Harden. He came in as a two guard. Ultimately, got moved to the one in Houston. Has been playing the one ever since. Steph Curry is a scoring point guard. SGA is a scoring point guard. Jalen Brunson, even though he had his best playmaking year, is still a score first point guard. Like all of these, like I always tell people this, right?
Mm-hmm.
From 2015 onwards,
Yeah.
ones became twos
Yep.
became threes became fours became fives.
Yep.
That's just how the game is today. You
I
know,
agree.
like 10 years ago, you would see a lot of small point guards, 6'1", 6'2", 6'3". Now every point guard has to be like 6'5" minimum.
Yeah.
That's just how the game is, bro. That's how it relies way more on athleticism and pace and space and running and gunning, shooting threes and everything like that. That's how the game is, bro. So I
Yeah.
can't really say SG is a true point guard because his place, like the definition of it has changed. And my
I agree.
definition was what I grew up with: the Darren Williams of the world, the Rajon Rondos of the world, the John Walls of the world. Those were my point guards.
Right.
So
Those are my point guards too. I can't even lie to you. Those like the Andre Millers of the world. Like I grew up off those.
the Mo Williams of the world, like
But nah, Mo
Ty
was a scorer.
Lawson.
Mo was a scorer.
He was
More
an underrated playmaker. He got good vision to pick and roll. You would hit you in that pocket pass. Ty Lawson was a
oh,
speedy
yeah, Ty,
motherfucker,
yeah,
bro.
Ty was
He was
cold.
cold.
Ty was cold. Ty Lawson
Yeah,
was cold.
bro.
And it was every once in a while we had like an overly athletic guard who could also play make. You got the Baron Davises of the world, the Derrick Roses. I was listening to a Colin Cowherd podcast, I believe, no, earlier today. I was listening to it, and what he specifically said, it resonated with me. He's like, yo, I don't like small athletic point guards. I don't like the John Morants. I don't like the Derrick Roses. I don't like, those point guards don't help you win championships. That's what he said. And I was thinking about it, like, when was the last time like an overly athletic point guard did win a championship? And then that what gives me to talk about the Memphis Grizzlies, because you don't trade Bane and you're gonna just re-sign Ja and Triple J. No.
I get the feeling that it's a fire sale as well. With everything that happened with the coaching staff, here's the thing: we gotta educate people on what happened surrounding Taylor Jenkins. I'm seeing a lot of people they basically just don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So we gotta excuse my language, but yeah, we gotta educate them real quick. Like with Taylor Jenkins being fired and the offense that they ran. First off, both the offensive and defensive schemes Memphis ran last year was not his at all. He had nothing to do with that. Last offseason, the Grizzlies forced them to fire every single one of his assistant coaches so they can bring in people from overseas that they wanted because of how well they was doing over there. They wanted to implement overseas basketball into the team. So they're like the assistant coaches they brought in from Europe, their whole scheme was okay, offensively, we're going away from the pick and roll. We're not doing screen and roll. It's got to be motion, off ball motion, movement motion. We're not going to use pick and rolls like that. It's got to be all body movement, all read and react movements.
I
And it
agree.
was working. It was working. Memphis had one of the best offenses for like the entire year, and the defense remained stout. The issue was once teams adjusted, they got a read on it, they got used to it. The assistant coaching staffs couldn't make any adjustments to counter. And of course, injuries mounted up. John Morant has yet to play 7 games in a row since like 3 years ago, which is an insane stat. Like it was stuff like that that led to a downfall. And then of course, like with how little say Jenkins had and how the team was playing, he was undermined. So the front office didn't respect him, the coaching staff didn't respect him, and so the players started disrespecting him. The players started losing respect for him. That's why you saw Ja in his own little world. You see, Aldama and Bane getting into fights during timeouts and shit like that. They didn't give a fuck. They didn't care. They stopped caring. They stopped respecting the coach. And ultimately, he got fired because of it. So when I see people like reviewing his tape, seeing how he is as a coach, whatever, it's tough to use last year's as an indicator. You're gonna have to go back to the year prior and the year before that. You can't even go to a year prior to this year, because last year the entire Memphis team was hurt. They tanked last year.
Right.
So that's why Taylor Jenkins is a tough read for me, because this season that we're still in, rather, he had nothing to do with how they played.
Mm-hmm.
He was already out the door from the start. He was doomed from the start. So
especially when you change a coaching staff undermining him. And shouts to Obi Toppin, who just got a dunk, but I think it was called back.
Yeah, it was called back.
Tony Bradley, number 13, I guess is an offensive foul. Shouts to Indiana. Indiana's down.
Yeah,
10
J-Dub
right
is
now.
down right now, catching a breather.
Oh yeah, J-Dub. Yep, he's definitely on the floor.
I can see where the foul was. Yeah, Bradley just elbowed Hartenstein right in the chin.
Yep, he definitely did. Such a silly foul. J-Dub, get up, man. I hate when NBA players stop this soft nonsense, man. Go kick rocks, bro.
Yeah, it's funny because I was rewatching Open Court. I love Open Court. It's an old NBA TV docu-series from like 10 years ago. They would get like a panel like Ernie Johnson. They get Reggie Miller, Steve Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, Kevin McHale. They'll get a bunch of guys together and they'll just talk about random stuff. And
right.
it's funny like hearing them talk about how they predicted the era. They predicted that the game would end up like this. Like they literally called from when KD joined Golden State, they predicted, okay, the game is gonna be like this from here on out. And they were talking about like super teams, and they were going battle not for the league. It's funny because it's funny watching it now, considering Steve Kerr was part of the panel, and he was like, "Oh yeah, super teams is absolutely good for the NBA." He ended up coaching one, sneaky bastard. But yeah, like it's just funny seeing how all the stuff they were saying back then is still relevant to today's game. Like they really saw everything coming.
Nah, that's a fact. I just find it interesting how, like, even Pascal Siakam in the ISO passes the ball, Bennington Mathurin hits an open three, scores 29-22. I just for me personally, I just find it interesting how this off season is going, and I'm watching the finals at the same time. And what the Knicks? Oh, Shet tried to dunk on Pascal. Who did he just try to dunk on? Oh, he just tried to dunk on
I'm at 30 seconds. Yeah, SGA ISO up top of the key. And he gets the foul call. There's been a lot of talks about that, man, bro. There's been a lot of he's getting that James Harden treatment. He's getting that peak James Harden treatment now when it comes to like the discourse surrounding his, foul baiting and things of that nature. Honestly, the only person in the league that I've ever actually he tried to dunk on Turner.
No, I don't know where you at in the game. I don't like that foul call he did for SGA just now. Stop with the ticky tap fouls. That's not a foul call. Let him play defense. I don't like that foul call.
I'm gonna be real, bro. I don't think SGA is a foul baiter.
I don't think he's a foul baiter either.
I think the only person in the league that's actually a foul baiter is Joel Embiid. He's the only person I believe is actually a foul baiter. Like he cannot survive if he doesn't get a whistle, bro. He cannot. It's especially after last season, after last year's playoff series, it was ridiculous. It was freaking ridiculous, bro. The stuff they was giving him.
Carson Wallace just hit another three. The score is 32-22.
And it was the first.
Yeah, he's 2 for 2 from three, by the way. Good block by Shet. Oh my God.
I think, these finals reminds me of the 2016 finals and 2015 rather, in terms of like the impact. Because like obviously everyone always talks about how the NBA is like a copycat league. So we all saw what happened after 2015 when the Warriors won their first chip. Everyone started trying to be a jump shooting team. And I feel like with these finals, if Indiana wins, everyone's gonna try to be like them, where they prioritize having a full-on deep team. They're gonna want to play 12 men every time.
Yep.
Run and gun, shoot more threes or whatever. But if OKC wins, they're gonna be like, okay, we're gonna go back. We're gonna prioritize having size. Having more double big lineups will probably pop out. Having more tall athletic wings and just having a one-on-one guy who can drop 30 in his sleep anytime and not have to over rely on threes. We can, mid ranges can be okay. The non-analytical friendly game, basically.
That's true. Running a 10-man rotation, a lot of teams don't do that. That's not often. Like, that's not common, right? So what we watching in the finals is great. I love the fact that Carson Wallace right now, he's 2 for 2 from 3, right, already, and he's already impacting the game. Carson Wallace, if you're a Knicks fan, you ain't gonna know who the hell Carson Wallace is. Shit, I barely know who the hell Carson Wallace is.
First off, it's Kason Wallace.
Man, I always say names wrong.
Yeah, I know. You do it on purpose. It's
no, that wasn't even on purpose. I'll tell you if it's on purpose. I thought it was Carson. I apologize, though.
A lot of problem with Knicks fans is that they don't watch other teams unless they play the Knicks. Like I came across a tweet the other day, like a random NBA Twitter tweet, and it was like, "Oh, nobody can name 8 random players from the Washington Wizards." I swear, I named 7 before I got stuck. And I see some Knicks Twitter accounts I recognize, and they don't even know. Like they're naming
Bubba.
They're naming Pat. No. Do you want to know the one person I forgot? I'm so pissed.
Marcus George, the young boy.
I forgot George. I forgot Marcus Smart. Like I named Poole.
I would have forgot Marcus Smart too, though.
I named Poole, Carrington, Sarr, Koulibaly, Justin Champagny, Corey Kispert, and like one other person. I was like, fuck. Brogdon's a free agent. Valanciunas not there no more. Oh, and Middleton. I named Middleton as well. Middleton's the obvious one. But I see Knicks fans are like, oh, why would we know players from the Wizards and Jazz? I'm just like, do y'all just not enjoy basketball? Like, there's 30 teams, yo. Like, there's league pass for a reason. Shout out to Jason Tatum for giving us that free league pass for a year last year. Because, I took full advantage of that. I was watching every team. It was nuts. So, I think it's just more so fans gotta actually be more familiar with every team. There's gonna be like there's a lot of guys that went off to the Knicks, and everyone was like, "Oh, here comes this random role player who comes out of nowhere, going up against only the Knicks or whatever." And I'm just like, I know this guy. He's a solid hooper. He got drafted. He went undrafted. He can do this, and that. The only like it's just people got to watch the games, man. They can't, and honestly, that's probably the media. That's the media's fault too. They don't market the league properly. No one wants to see these 37-year-old grandpas go at it 40 freaking times on TNT, though. Like, enough.
I agree.
Detroit. Shout out to Detroit. They had like close to 0 national TV games this year, and it was one of the biggest surprises of the year, and they still wasn't getting flexed into national TV games. That's a disgrace. Orlando hasn't been marketed enough. Paolo Banchero, I know you're a huge fan of Paolo. Paolo's a freaking stud, man, and he's not marketed enough. He's not marketed enough, bro. Portland, after the All-Star break, was playing out of their minds. They was winning basketball. They went on like one of the longest win streaks after the All-Star break. And they still wasn't being shown on national TV. Like, it's the stuff like that. It just, bro. It messes the game up. It messes how consumers take the product, bro. It messes up for everybody.
They want to Lakers us to death. And shout out to Carson Wallace. Yo, he plays great defense. And that was a great go-ahead pass from SGA for another 3 from Wiggins. Now the score is 35-22.
Chet Holmgren, these last 2.5 games. Yo, I don't know what adjustment they made with him, because he was like a no-show for a while. He has been making his mark. He's making his presence known on the court.
I haven't seen his effect on the basketball game yet. Good block, though. Outside of these 2 blocks, Like
No,
he just
the
had a block
last
on
two
Miles
games,
Turner.
the last two
Mhm.
games, he's had the ball way more in his hands. He's been attacking, going 1-on-1 way more on Miles Turner. He's been more active on the boards. Like he has been integrated more into the offense instead of just being like a off ball screener spacer for the SGA and J Dub.
Mm,
You know, that's why like the first couple of games you saw Hartenstein was being more effective because he was more being involved more. But then they
right.
switched it when they switched it and started having Chet be more active with the ball, and it's actually been working for them.
That's definitely true. Shouts to Pascal Siakam with the nice post up move. He's 3 for 4 from the field. And Aaron Wiggins, he tries to do a drive, beat, bop, boop. And Miles Turner, shouts to Miles Turner, great defense. Pascal, he tries to step in 3 after the pass, but that clinks off. Indiana needs to go to the rim, right? They need to go to the rim. You got Carson Wallace, he does another drive, another drive to pass to the corner 3, but Williams don't make it. It's still 35-24. Another thing that, and just watching the finals, we're watching multiple ball handlers, bro. And you're watching both offenses where multiple guys touch the basketball every single play. Like oh, I'm gonna get matter of fact, I should have left that. I should
Ah,
have
shit, Halliburton.
but it's never oh, one guy, one pick and roll, come up, shoot. Matter of fact, we could count that how many times they do that this game. Like the Knicks offense. One pick and roll, one guy touched the ball. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with Halliburton. He's going back to the
Nah,
locker
he's
room.
he's on the bench
Oh, he's
now. He
back?
just went to get
Oh,
yeah. He just went to get some extra heating pads for his calf. They said that he's been having like an Achilles issue that's been bothering him, or whatever calf issue has been bothering him since like last game. But he's playing through it. It's the finals. You gotta give it all you got. If nothing's torn or broken, you play through it.
yeah.
But I just think that your whole point just goes to a flaw that the Knicks intentionally created when they made that Carson Towns trade that they just did not fix because they thought that it would fix itself. Like when before the Towns trade, right? And when they got Mikal and they still had Randall and Dante, we was all talking about how the Knicks arguably had the best bench in the league. They had multiple guys who can do different things, the versatility, you could play different lineups. I remember Tom Thibodeau, he was talking about, you know, putting out more Randall at the 5 lineups for like 10 minutes a game, stuff like that. And then when you trade for Carson Towns, yeah, and like theoretically, it made your offense more dynamic in terms of like having more space to operate on the court because he can do so many different things that Randall can't. But with what you gave up, you kind of forced some lineup changes, some play style changes that wasn't supposed to happen, and you never really addressed that. Primarily, probably because you just assumed we have the personnel to pick up that slack collectively. Like when you give up Dante and Randall, you gave up shot creating. You gave up guys who can pass up, make quick reads off of double teams. You gave up transition shooting on Dante's part, and you thought, okay, Mikal can pick up the slack for some of that. OG can pick up the slack for some of that. Deuce McBride, he's the new sixth man. He can step up and pick up some of that. And they didn't, unfortunately. Mikal is the first 6'7", 6'8" guy with the longest arms I've ever seen to avoid layups, to be scared to shoot a layup. Deuce McBride was graded out as one of the worst ball handlers in the league and finishers in the league. So it's bad enough you always struggled getting to the rim. When you got to the rim, if you're football athleticism, because you played football in West Virginia, you couldn't even make layups. You couldn't even. You shot like 2 for 17 on floaters for the entire year. You only shot 17 floaters all year as a 6-man, as a guard. That's horrific, bro.
By the
That is
way,
horrific.
Tyrese Halliburton 0 for 2, 0 points in 10 minutes. Shea 5 for 5 from the free throw line, 9 points. Shea is looking like the MVP. And shouts to Carson Wallace because he hit another 3 while you was talking. Aaron Nesmith missed, and Aaron Nesmith tries again for a corner 3 and bangs it. It's 32-40. Timeout by Indiana.
That's why OKC is the best team in the league, and they got so many different guys who can do different things, and majority of those guys are similar players. They have similar styles of play. Dort, Kason Wallace, Aaron Wiggins, even J Dub to a higher extent. Like they're all guys that can handle the ball, defend. they do all the little things, man. It adds up.
Don't sleep, man. Don't sleep. You don't want to sleep. Sleep on Indiana, bro. Indiana offense is superb. Like superb. And they got multiple ball handlers. But the one thing you could love about Indiana's offense, honestly, is the fact that everybody touches the pill damn near every play. I already told you. We could count how many times each play when they're on offense, each team, how many times one player, one pick and roll shot.
I think another thing too is that they've gotten better as a defensive team.
Mm-hmm.
Like last year the game plan was always okay, force the guys to play 1-on-1, and then as long as you force them to play 1-on-1, you can beat them because they're not gonna be able to stop anything.
Right.
This year, because they have that existing chemistry, they already have the familiarity with one another. It makes it more comfortable to talk, just to communicate, to be active and alert at all times on both ends of the court. So because of that, they just naturally grew better as a team defensively. And now you can't do that whole force them to play 1-on-1 game plan because they can act. Because if they get a stop on you on the other end, then they get a transition opportunity, and that's where they're the most dangerous at in transition. So that again, continuity. The two teams are watching in the finals. Number one thing they have in common is continuity, bro. This is why continuity matters.
It matters to an extent. Do you have the right type of makeup of team? I don't like the makeup of the team. I've been told you this. This is why I want to trade it. That, like, even as you're talking, I'm thinking about, Mikal Bridges. I'm thinking about OG Anunoby. And I'm thinking about these players. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I want the Knicks to return this same team, bro. That's just me personally. That's just me personally. And the only reason why is because the tandem of Mikal and OG, it just feels redundant. And what I want in the backcourt with Brunson is an elite playmaker. Or something. You don't even got to be elite, but you got to be a playmaker. You got to be able to play make. So if you can play make, cool. I want you in the backcourt, but that's just me. And this is why even with the Jaren Jackson Jr. stuff, right? Love is fit with Karl Anthony Towns. Love the fit. Like that is if you could just have a backcourt with those two, that is the analytical dream of having
I
those two.
think. Well, the main issue with Jaren Jackson is like, all right, so Jaren Jackson will cover a lot of Quality Towns' defensive flaws, and Quality Towns will cover a lot of Jaren Jackson Jr.'s offensive flaws, even though Jaren Jackson Jr. has grown as an offensive player over the last 2 years. The problem is they both love to hack. They both led the league. They're the two of the league leaders in fouls. Those two of the league leaders in fouls. So having those two on the same court together at the same time, I don't know. Especially since Jerry Jackson Jr. thrives in like weak side help on defense. Like he can guard 1-on-1. Oh my God, J Dub. Two-handed flush over
I'm still
Neesmith.
at, I'm on ghetto time. Tyrese Halliburton just did a step back three on my TV. I'm ghetto time.
OKC showed up. OKC is yo.
Hey,
Yo.
J-Dub. 42-32. Them athletic wings, yo.
And then you got old man Caruso.
Look, Caruso, good defense. J-Dub again. And one.
Yo, Caruso?
44-32. We're watching it in real time. Oh, I don't need to see this wing pairing together no more. Like,
I think also the problem with the wing pairing is like each one of the we're talking about like Josh. I'm talking about Josh Hart, Mikal, and OG. Each one could do one thing well, but not well enough. Like for example, Josh Hart, the most underrated part of his game is his playmaking. He's actually pretty good at playmaking for his guys. Like when
He's an
they
elite
try to
rebounder. I won't consider him. I would consider him like your forfinary. If there was ever a word to make up, your forfinary ball handler. So
like
mhm.
after his rebounding and his defense, which I know was up and down this year, his playmaking has been very like when they do that play, they put the center on Hart, they run that Brunson Hart high screen and roll, Brunson dumps it down to him in the Draymond Green spot. He always makes the right play in that spot.
Yes,
Playmaking
I
wise,
agree.
dump the trailer pass the Towns for a three, dump off to the corners or a cutter or whatever. He always makes the right decision. The problem is that he doesn't look to create his own shot at all. That's not he doesn't give a fuck about that. And of
Agreed.
course, if the three ball is not hitting, then it kind of it makes life harder for him a little bit. You know, it makes life
Yeah.
harder for him a little bit. But then you got Mikhail, who can get his own shot. He can do a beat bop boop.
He can't. He
No,
I,
hear me out. Hear me out. He
go
can
ahead.
do
Go ahead.
it. He can do it, but he doesn't do it enough. He doesn't do it enough. He doesn't look to do it. He doesn't have the mentality of I have a guy I know I can take him. I'm gonna break him down and take him and get my bucket no matter what. He hasn't. It's all here. He has the skill to do it, but he doesn't have the mentality to do it. You know what I mean? And OG, his best moments as a Knick was him thriving off the ball. This year, he was forced to be more of an on-the-ball guy with mixed results. And that kind of made his off-ball strengths suffer a little bit. Like this year, he regressed dramatically as a corner specialist. His corner threes was horrible, especially in the playoffs. He was one of the worst corner shooting players in the entire playoffs this year.
I think you're throwing a little Sasson on it. Me personally, during the regular season, he wasn't. I think that November part to last season, that's what I really loved about OG. You know what I'm saying? Remember, I was saying to you, OG, he's the one option. Can go through, run the offense through him. Brunson, you play like Kyle Lowry. Cat, you continue to do your thing. Let him be the one option. But when it comes to like Thibodeau's offensive schemes and Thibodeau being dynamic, that was the issue. You get what I'm saying? Like we haven't seen OG like off of flare screen or something like or coming off like horns and they running horn sets and
a lot of the sets that they used to run with Hartenstein and Dante, they stopped running them. They literally threw out a lot of old sets that they could have tried out with Towns. Like they were like that was my like one of the few issues I have with Thibs. Like with Towns, you was talking about how great of a playmaker, underrated of a passer he is. I kept hearing it all year, but yeah, I never got to see it consistently.
Agreed.
Like you could have ran some Hartenstein sets for him, bro. You could have utilized him in some Hartenstein roles, like we're seeing right now.
Yes.
I get maybe it's not because he's not the most agile. I don't know, or maybe it was because he was playing center, so he was too busy trying to establish a post presence. Because I'm telling you right now, the backbone of a strong Tom Thibodeau team is a point guard and a center, especially the center. The center, like if you don't have a good like a locked in center, his teams are gonna fall apart.
You gotta also see, and this was the one thing I always hated about Thibodeau, right? As I'm watching iHeart continuously receive the ball from his guards at the top of the key and make decisions. Obi Toppin, he tried to start a fast break, but he got stopped. But OKC, 14 assists, 2 turnovers. They're playing well. Playmaking. Everybody's playmaking for them. Everybody. Look, and everybody touches the pill every play, right? Tyrese Halliburton just gave the ball back to Aaron Nesmith. Aaron Nesmith gets fouled. It's not just one pick and roll, and that's the one thing that bothered me with the Thibodeau offense, right? Especially with Brunson. He's too damn good for just one pick and roll, shoot the ball. And shouts to OKC because OKC's defense is hellish.
Another thing too is the decisiveness. You look at a lot of times the wings, they would not know what to do with the ball. They wouldn't know what read to make. Like a lot of times they would hold the ball a second too long. They'll make a pass a second too late. They'll attack the lane a second too early.
Right.
And it was on the turnover. So I guess like the indecisiveness kind of played a factor as well. I guess maybe because they wasn't really scrimmaging at all. That kind of messed it up for them. I don't know. So I look at Indiana and OKC like they got the sets memorized like that. They like, okay, we call this play. We're going to it like this. Okay, this is broken. Okay, I'm immediately kicking this guy out. I'm immediately hanging it down low. Okay, I'm immediately bringing it back up. Send me a screen fast right here. Oh, I'm gonna fake it. Boom, boom, boom. Like decisiveness. Like they're making quick reads that the Knicks wasn't really making all year.
Correct. I definitely agree with that. Making quick reads is very important, as Aaron Nesmith. Oh, Nemhard just tried. They do a jump ball. Andrew Nemhard shoots.
Yeah, like look at this OKC position right now. Like they take like 5-6 dribbles and then they pass it immediately and they start moving around. Always, they never take more than 5 dribbles before passing it.
Okay, J Dub, nice pass to iHeart, nice pass to Caruso. Look at this. And that
You see what I'm
Caruso,
seeing?
yeah,
You see what I'm
yes.
5 dribbles, pass.
But it's not just 5 dribbles. Shouts to SGA with another elite midi. It's everybody's touching the ball every play, bro. Every single play. Look, Halliburton, nice pick and roll play. Okay, Miles Turner gets fouled. Scored 32-47. It is the fact that everybody is touching the basketball, bro. That's beautiful to see.
With
That's
that being
beautiful
said,
to see.
State, who like I love Mike Brown, Terry Jenkins, Johnny Bryant. Who do you want to be your head coach, or maybe someone else entirely that I haven't named?
Rajon Rondo.
Rondo.
Yep. Or Johnny
What do you
Bryant.
what philosophy do you think Rajon Rondo will bring to the table? Like, what do you think his coaching ethos would be?
People be sharing the ball. He gonna play 10. I also think he gonna command respect from his point guard, and I think that's something that's very important for me. And I love Taylor Jenkins, love Mike Brown. They like 8th and 10th on my list of point guards that I would like. I mean, point guards of
Head
coaches I would
coaches.
like. So, it depends. That was a bad shot by Shet, by the way. You had no business shooting that shot, but it really
That was
depends.
a bad foul too. Bad foul by J Dub.
Yeah, that was disgusting foul. But my number one overall pick is Rajon Rondo. Now, shout outs to Christian Persiani, right? He said earlier that he believes number one on the target list for the New York Knicks is still Jason Kidd, right? And I would love, and he got Taylor Jenkins second. I would love either coach. I think either coach has their flaws, but mainly for me, that offensive scheme, playing your bench, a lot of that means a lot to me. Pascal, nice pass to Andrew Nemhard, nice layup. The score
I
is
think in regards to Jason Kidd, like I think you see more flexibility with the lineups. Like you would see more different lineups used. But in terms of the style of play, I think it would still be similar to what we're accustomed to. Like when he coached JB and Luka and Dallas together, like or even when he coached Kyrie and Luka together, it was essentially like a lot of pick and roll, taking turns, going 1-on-1, breaking down the defender, driving kick all the time, having the guys on the perimeter just ready to let it fly. So with J Kidd, like maybe better game management, that would be probably the biggest thing, but I wouldn't really see much of a difference in the style of play. Mike Brown is interesting. The only problem is he is terrible at managing personalities. Like he will get the most out of you offensively, but he sucks at personality management. He cannot manage personalities. Every single time he's been the head coach, he's beefed with a star player and has led to him getting fired. He beefed with LeBron. He wasn't all that with Kobe. Then I think it was Sabonis on Sacramento and Darren Fox in Sacramento. They both just was not fucking with him. So I know people saying Michael Malone. He's another Tom Thibodeau to me. He's Tom Thibodeau if you gave Thibs extra time.
I don't want Mike Malone at all.
Mike Malone. It took Mike Malone 8 years to win it for all-time generational center.
I
Tom
don't
Thibodeau got fired
yeah.
after 5.
Yeah.
Like I'm good on that. I'm good on that. All right.
I just don't want that same archetype of coach. Like, number one priority for me for the coach and the next New York Knicks head coach is age. Like, that matters to me. Like, I want my next coach to be under 42 years old. I want him to be young. 2, the second thing, I want somebody new, bro. I want somebody with no coaching experience. I put a tweet up the other day, like, the Knicks spent years hiring Hall of Fame coaches like Herb Williams, right? Like a Mike D'Antoni, right? Like a Larry Brown. Like, we've been there and done that. As Pascal Siakam is bringing the ball up on my TV on the TV screen. Shouts to everybody.
We at the same time now. Yeah, Obi Toppin from 3, top of the key.
Nice 3. Okay.
On the rim. Oh my God.
Oh, Holmgren went down. Pause. He went down hard. Pause. Oh, damn. No,
man,
that don't need to be reviewed. No.
If someone does that to me at Knicks Twitter Day at the basketball tournament, I'm gonna pull a KG, do 5 push-ups, and get right back up.
We definitely gonna talk about that as soon as they hit halftime, because I want how many Knicks fans is in here. It's 642 watching live right now. Appreciate it.
Shout out to y'all, man.
Yo, shouts to all of y'all watching right now currently. As Chet Holmgren shoots a catch and shoot 3, but he clinks it.
He shouldn't have been hesitant there. He should have let that fly right away.
I think the Knicks Twitter tournament is gonna be something special. I gotta come there with a nice good outfit, nice block by Chet Holmgren.
Yeah, he's redeeming himself now.
Oh, and
great job being active. Great job being active and not giving up.
Yep. Okay.
J-Dub for 3.
Oh, J-Dub for 3. The score is 52.
Yo, that Silly is fire, bro. He does the over the head. That shit is tough, bro.
Don't count the cases out, bro.
Hey, listen. You've seen Indiana pull some crazy stuff out of their hats before, bro. No lead is safe with them. Literally, no lead is safe. If you're OKC, you gotta keep staying aggressive. Don't let the fluff the guys, bro.
Oh, good pass.
Good fucking block. Oh my God.
Good block. Shit. With the
coast.
Oh, with the rebound. With the offensive rebound and basket.
That right there is why he wasn't. That right there is why he was being put in Wembanyama conversations, bro. Because of plays like that. I'm telling you, he's more. The last 2.5 games, he has been more active, more engaged, purely because he's being utilized more. They're putting the ball in his hands more. And he's making plays on both ends because of it, bro. They're getting his blood rushing early. They're getting him into rhythm early, and he's being effective on both ends because of it, bro. Yes, 3 blocks now.
He got 3 blocks, 3 rebounds, 7 points. That's why people kill me when they be like, yo, OKC ISO all the time. No, they don't. No, it's a good brand of basketball, what they do, bro. I like the way they play, me personally.
They play 2010s ball, bro. They only ISO if they have a mismatch. Like if a center matches up on SGA, then they ISO. If a smaller guard, switches on to J-Dub, then they ISOs. Other than that, we gotta do whatever it takes to kill you inside.
If I was SGA, what I'm doing right now, I'm attacking. I'm gonna continue to attack the rim. You got to score 55-38, but you got to go into halftime with a comfortable lead. Like
you gotta be up 25 plus.
Salute to Halliburton too, man. When people was calling Halliburton trash, like, I get it. Like, Halliburton a troll. Halliburton is a damn good point guard, bro. It's a damn good point guard.
The people who voted him most overrated are looking dumb right now, bro. He elevates his game at the highest level when the pressure is most high every single time. He has answered the call every single time. And honestly,
And
oh
one.
my God, Nemhard.
Mikel can't do that. You see what he just did? Beep, bop, boop.
Bro,
He beat Pop Boop off the pick and roll.
Mikel's arm will snap off if he tried to do that.
He can't beat Pop Boop. We need another playmaker in that starting lineup, brother.
He did a good that's a good read. He felt the hand check. So he wraps his arm into him, goes up strong. But yeah, man, it's like I credit Team USA for Halliburton's development because even though he didn't really play at all in the Olympics, obviously, he took that to heart. He's like, yo, I'm gonna show you that you should have freaking played me in the Olympics. Like, I'm like that. But also, it's like working with the different coaches, working with Steve Kerr, working with Eric Spoelstra, working, you know what I mean? And then there's learning because he's still young. So learning from guys, from his peers that have been there, that have been successful. Steph Curry, KD, LeBron, getting to know Embiid, an MVP, seeing what made him an MVP. Anthony Edwards, going with him. He gets to learn a lot. Drew Holiday, seeing how Drew Holiday and Devin Booker, seeing how they sacrifice to help their team win, especially Devin Booker. That changes your mindset. That changes your whole mindset. So he comes into the season with a completely different mind than the year prior, and it spreads down. And as a leader, that when you influence your soldiers like that, it changes the whole team entirely.
That's a fact. I definitely agree with that. Tyrese Halliburton, 0 for 4, 0 points. 0. Love Tyrese Halliburton.
That's the missed free throw. And they fight and they get the offensive rebound on a missed free throw that leads to a Siakam brick three. Honestly, if you're Indiana, if you're Halliburton, you're saying, okay, I haven't made a bucket yet, but the game is still within reach.
Right. Like, game not over. You can still get right.
It ain't over till it's over, man. That's the main strength of Indiana.
That's a fact. Aaron Wiggins missing a step back 3. Tony Bradley gets
what a block by SGA.
What a block by SGA. Go up strong.
Again?
Another block.
Oh, they called a foul.
He got fouled. Shouts to SGA playing his ass off.
I love the hustle. A lot of guys will just give up and let that happen.
But
he don't care. He'll take the foul. He don't care. It's the finals. You gotta earn your point. You gotta earn the point. Yep, smacked him on the wrist.
That's a foul.
I want to give a shout out to OKC fans too, because they've been into it more than damn near any other fan, bro. They wear the shirts. They're constantly chanting OKC the entire game. They're always, clapping their hands, waving their towels. They're into it all 48 minutes. It's nonstop with them. MSG.
I want to as soon as they hit halftime, Tony Bradley 6 minutes, 1 point, 0-1. As soon as they hit halftime, I would love for you. I'm gonna give you the floor. I'm gonna give you the floor for about 10 minutes, 10 minutes or so. I want to actually go to the front. I gotta check on and stuff like that. But I think this is the perfect time for you to. And once again, shouts to VSN. Shouts to Trippy. I see Trippy. He shared the YouTube live stream and stuff like that. I wanted to make sure that this podcast is also live streamed on the VSN channel as well. So salute the Trippy, salute the Uncle Roll. That was another 3 by Carson Wallace. Yeah, man. 59-43. But I would love for you to explain the Knicks Twitter tournament, how people was chosen. Also, what is the time limits? Also where people can find the tickets. And also how teams was picked. Obviously, me, Tony, and all of us, we had a convo on the Twitter space last night. It's like, SNYK, he didn't got. Listen, at the end of the day, We just gonna be mature about this, right? I have a team next year. That's no problem. But the beauty of what Sean, what these fellas put together, you can't underestimate that shit. I don't care who I got. Like, I don't care about, because me and Sean don't got a dope relationship. You know this, right? A lot of people know this. But at the end of the day, we all still want the same things. So the fact that a lot of these brothers could put this shit together is crazy within itself. But the fact that now we all get a chance to like interact with each other in person instead of on the internet. Now, see, on the internet, the reactions be different. You get what I'm saying? And like, I curse you out, this, that, and third. When you meet people in person, oh, it's a whole nother motherfucker. Tony, love Tony. We had an argument earlier on this page. You heard us arguing, right? And we argue. I don't hold back from him neither. Like, I'm telling, I curse him out. But at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. So, like, even myself, like I had to learn to like let certain things go. You also got to learn how to mature when talking to people. Right? You give respect when and you give respect and you give out a certain amount of respect that you want to receive. So salute to those brothers. Salute to Sean and those brothers. You know, Nick Fan TV, everybody, all the teams playing. The stage, SOYK, we gonna be there next year, baby. I already got a couple of names in mind, but I will be there. I will have the duffel bag in hand. I don't know who gonna be with me. Probably Cuzzo, one of them. Anybody who's there, hopefully pull up on me. Because I want to meet all of you motherfuckers. I want like and listen.
You are all the small huh?
I'm a cool guy. So I'm ready to meet all of you. And I'm gonna have smoke. I'm gonna have a smoke with, right? And another announcement too. I'm gonna make sure that I bring and shouts to Josh Hart. Obviously Josh Hart, he hates my guts, but you know, shouts to Josh Hart, the 1800. Right, the Knicks version. Bring like 2. I'm not gonna open them. Nothing. Keep them in the plastic. Right. I'm gonna give away 1, but the second one I'm gonna sell it for the high. But somebody gonna want that. So I'm gonna bring 2. I'm gonna bring a couple of T-shirts. I'm gonna bring it. Nah, it's too hot for hoodies. And hopefully I'm gonna try to make some shorts, try to put some shorts together and try to get that together. But I'm definitely gonna have a couple of merch pieces with me. But shouts to Nick and Nada, all of these people, Rebecca. Now, Rebecca, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yo. Now you know. I told you last night. I told you. I was like, you know, Rebecca. He's a fan. He shows support to your spaces, brother. He knows.
Yo, MIK, man, pull up on me, man. Everybody pull up on me, man.
Yo, mentality. This is like you have to pull up.
And what's crazy is I already told everybody. When I'm there, I'm live streaming while I'm there. I'm live streaming. You know, I'm live streaming. So I'm gonna be having this. Gonna be instant reaction, live pay-per-view type shit. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, don't forget, like in addition to the state, you got others that are gonna be streaming the whole thing. You know, shout out to These.
The floor is yours.
Play-by-play and all that.
The floor is yours. So explain everything. Make sure you get all the intricacies out. Listen, this is Omar time. State. Let me go check on Uncle and all that. It's also halftime. OKC look like they want to win. Omar, floor is yours, baby.
Appreciate you, State. Appreciate my guy. Yeah, man. So next Twitter day, man. So obviously for like a year, if you've been around for the last year, you know that Knicks Twitter has tried to pull out basketball tournament for the longest. Me, Trippy, Uncle Raw, we tried to put a tournament together. We couldn't make it happen. Big Mo, Tony, a few others, they tried to do it. No progress being made. I hate Sean. Shout out to him. He worked with some people and he got it to work. He put it together. It's a massive event. It's a family friendly event. You feel me? Like the main course is the tournament, of course. But there's also like a ton of special guests, special surprises, giveaways. challenges, trivia. They got if you're hungry, to bring out food truck. You feel me? Like it's a lot of stuff they got going on. But in regards to the tournament, single elimination tournament, the bracket came out today already. There are 8 teams. Each team has its own captain coach. So the captain is the coach, and the captain has the choice of whether they want to play or not. You know what I mean? So some captains are playing, some captains are not. Shout out to D Block, salute. So the captains are Sean, Knicks Film School, Strickland, KFTV, Tony, Nickinator, Mill, and Rebecca. Those are the 8 captains. There was each. Sean already explained this, so I'm just going to reiterate for people who haven't really been in and know like that. When it came to selecting the captains, Sean has reasons for each one. You know what I mean? So, for example, Mill, y'all know Mill Media. You feel me? The face of Nick's Twitter. She's just, she's everywhere. She's a stud. I don't need to say no more about Mill. You feel me? She was an obvious pick for captain. Rebecca, shout out to her. Her and her pops, they've been to damn near every Nick game, pulling on for Nick's Twitter at MSG, both regular season and playoffs. They be everywhere. Like they are almost at every single game. Every single one. You feel me? Tony, big man Tone, always putting on for the community, watch parties and what have you. Like, and you know what I mean? Always doing giveaways in his spaces and all that. Like, Sean even said himself, Tony is tapped into a side of Nick's Twitter that he's not familiar with. So being able to bridge that gap so he can have more, so he can, still establish that bond with them, with us. That means a lot to him. And of course, Nick's Film School, Strickland, KFTV, like, they're 3 of the biggest media, groups out there alongside VSN, all the other groups out here. So that's why he chose the captains. Each captain was allowed to pick up to 8 players, 8 people. So obviously, all the rosters are already announced. If you want to see what they are, go on Twitter, look up hashtag Nick's Twitter Day, and you'll be able to see the tweets showing all the rosters. Me, yours truly, I'm participating in the tournament. I'm part of Team Mel. And then for the bracket, the first game is good. Well, they haven't revealed the order in which the game is going to be played, but the matchups are you got Team Sean, I Hate Sean, versus Nick and Nair squad, which is probably the most highly anticipated match because of all the drama and the beef and the trash talking that's been going on between the 2 teams. So everyone's waiting to see what's going to happen with that. That's probably the most anticipated match of all of them. And you got Nick's Film School versus Strickland. Then you got Tony's team, Team NYKX, versus CP, the franchise's team, KFTV. And then you got Team Mel versus Team Rebecca. So again, single elimination tournament. You feel me? Winners on to the next round. Your first round, a semifinal, and a final. The winning team, the championship team, will get custom-made championship rings and a custom-made trophy. And there will also be a custom-made finals MVP trophy. Which, obviously. Listen, mentality. It's it's the first year. They wanted to sell in 8 teams. It depends. You feel me? It depends. It was a lot of hard choices to be made. So yeah, that's literally how it is. As for the games, each game is different. So for the first round, it's 5-minute halves. There's no running clock. There is a shot clock. It's 24-second shot clock. Each team has 1 timeout each for the game, 60-second timeout. And then each player has 4 fouls to use. After using 4 fouls, that's it. You fouled out. There will be refs, but don't expect them to be like super tight or super strict with the whistle. At the end of the day, they're not there to be the stars of the show. We're supposed to be the stars of the show. We being the participants, the players. So they're gonna let us play. And essentially, they're just going to be there to call the fouls that if we called ourselves, we would waste like 20 to 30 minutes arguing about. So they're just there to blow the whistle, to see anything egregious or obvious. So that way we can just keep the game moving. Let's keep it pushing, And the second round, I think it's 7-minute halves. And then the finals, I heard it's supposed to be 5-minute quarters. So attrition is going to be key. Conditioning is going to be key. especially you have different age groups participating in this tournament. You gotta make sure that you're well conditioned. You gotta be able to last these games, man. And yeah, like I said, it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it personally, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone that pops out. It's in Brooklyn. It's in Bed-Stuy. It's in a gym called the Bed-Stuy Dome. You feel me? It's a huge gym. Capacity is at 350 people. They're almost at capacity. So, if you want to buy tickets, you gotta go to knickstour.com, or you can go on Eventbrite and look up Knicks Tour Day. You feel me? And you can buy tickets there. They have two options. You can buy a singular ticket for yourself for $10, or for $35. Not only do you get the ticket, but you also lock in early access to a Knicks Tour Day T-shirt. You feel me? So you got two options there. And yeah, that's really all I gotta say about the tournament, man. I'm excited. Like I said, me personally, as someone who's participating in it, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I love hooping. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of people for the first time. Showing what I can do. You feel me? Just having fun, having a blast. So yeah, that's how it is, man. That's all I gotta say about the tournament. You feel me? That's really all there was to say to it.
I can't wait to be there.
State, I wanna do something with you, State. I want to hear your bracket predictions. Oh, I think State might be. Ooh, State might be in the Matrix. Oh, there we go. State, I want you to do a bracket prediction for the tournament.
A bracket prediction. What's the brackets like?
Oh, I'll bring up the bracket. I'll bring up the bracket right now.
Send it to me. Send it to me on Twitter. I could share it so I could do the share screen.
Yeah, I got you right now.
Show me the brackets. Hold on while you're doing that. Shouts to all the Knicks fans that's tuning in right now. Appreciate you guys. This is episode 396, State of the New York Knicks podcast. Got my guy Omar here. VSN, we in the building. SNYK, we in the building. With that said, who profile can I? Okay, I know who profile I could type in for. Well, I can't find it. Omar, you're gonna have to send it to me on Twitter. And I'll share screen it.
Yeah, I'm sending it to you right now. There you go. I just sent it. Shout out to VSN. Shout out to U Stadium as well. I'm going to be representing them representing both brands at Fanatics Fest this weekend. Me, your boy State, the people at Knicksville, Nick Staneth, Champ, James from LTK, Big Nick Energy. We all going to be over there. You know what I mean? We got extra access, media creds, all that. We're going to be going crazy, man. We're going to be with a lot of your favorite athletes and celebs, bringing y'all closer to them, man. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of good memories, a lot of good games, a lot of good shows, a lot of panels, autographs, photo ops. It's going to be a blast, bro. I cannot wait. They went way bigger this year than last year. Second year they're doing it. It's going to be very, very, very fun. I'm highly looking forward to it. And yeah, we're going to, like I said, me and State, we're going together. You feel me? Obviously, we only got approved for one media cred, so I'm gonna be solo dole a lot of the times. But obviously, State's gonna be live at the event.
So, yeah, I do my ones and twos, baby.
He's gonna pass the camera over to me whenever I get behind the scenes. I'm gonna give the guys the close up look, man. We're gonna do everything we can to make sure y'all tapped in, man, all the time.
So these are the teams that we got. First of all, these are the brackets right here. And first of all, shout outs to. We got 839 watching live right now. Shouts to all of you Knicks fans who's watching live right now. Appreciate you guys. We love you guys so much. With that said, we got Team Knicks Film School versus Team Strickland. Who do State have? Who does State have?
Remember, State, Knicks Film School will not have Benji. No Benji Kleiner. What's good, Double A? How you doing, brother?
I'm gonna go with Knicks Film School here. I'm gonna go with Knicks Film School here. Then you got the next bracket. See, this is wild. Oh, next year? I'm looking at the 18. I'm like, oh yeah, we could definitely throw 4 more teams in this dome right here. But you got Team KNYX.
It's supposed to be NYKX, but
NYKX, but yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, whatever. And then you got Team Knick Fan TV. This is an interesting one This is the game where you're gonna see State probably in front of a lot of people screaming at a lot of folks. That's the game. That's the game. That's the game. For me, it's tough. I might have to go with NYKX. I might have to go with my guys just to be a little biased. Just to be a little biased. So I got Knicks Film School, I got NYKX advancing. Then you got Team Impossible, you got Team Nickinator. How can I go against my guy Nickinator, man? How can we do this, man? How can we do this, man?
Well, here's the thing, mentality. Not all the captains are going to be playing. I don't think Tony is playing. I know Rebecca is not playing. So it's a captain coach. If only the captains have the option to play, but not all of them are playing. So
that's cool. That's cool. Well, all right. The link is in your DM. Shout out to my guy. This guy, shout out to my guy, man. Shout out to all the people that's tuning in right now.
Okay, double A.
Who's next? I got Team Nickinator, baby. Then we got Team Rebecca versus
this
Team
is my
Mill.
Team Mill, the team I'm part of.
Team Mill, man. I'm gonna go with Team
Mill.
Mill.
Me, you got Rook, you got Lanway, Robot Man. We all in Team Mill together.
Don't do bad, man. Don't do bad, man. Oh man, shout out to the Knicks Twitter, man. I'm going with Team Mill. So then, next matchups.
That means you got Knicks Film School versus Team Nickinator.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I'm playing double A. I'm playing. Don't worry, Yusuf. I got you, bro.
That's a tough one. So I'm gonna go with motion detector. I go with Team Nickinator. I think Team Mill. I think Team Mill gonna run out of gas. I seen people who was a part of Team Mill. I think Team Mill gonna run out of gas.
Wait, Team Mill, we playing Tony. You would play NYKX in this scenario, not Knicks Film School.
Oh, you would play NYKX. Oh,
yeah, Nickinator will play Knicks Film School.
Oh, yeah, State tripping. You see, State tripping. Oh, that's even tougher. Because Team Nickinator got the athletes. They got the athletes over there. Oof. I go with NYKX. I think Team Mill. I think y'all gonna run out of gas. I think y'all gonna run out of gas. That's just me personally. I think y'all got a lot of. I think NYKX got too many athletes over there.
You don't think age is a problem?
Age is always a problem. But if they call in the game fair, you getting hacked.
Listen, you only got 4 fouls to use.
Use them. You kidding me? Use them. And then
remember, Tony don't got Avon. He don't got Ari. He don't got Deej.
Okay. Ari coming?
He's coming. But he's not playing though.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be on the sideline I'm gonna be on the sideline going crazy. They're gonna be like, that's State right there.
Double A got NYKX versus Nickinator in the finals.
Ooh. So I got
that's what you got. That's what you picked basically, State.
Yeah, well shit, basically. NYKX versus Team Nickinator in the finals.
Damn, and I think you gotta pick between Tony and Nickinator.
I think it depends though. Who gonna be more tired? Who got more athletes? I like Nickinator team, man. It depends on who got more athletes. Who gonna be more tired? Tony team. I think he got weed smokers on his team. While Pascal Siakam is at the free throw line, third quarter, 11:09.
Let me actually look up Tony's team again. I gotta look up Tony's team again. I gotta see what his team is again. I actually forgot what his I don't remember much of his team. Let me see something. All right, here we go. So he got whoops. So he got Coach AG, he got Chef John, you got Coach Mai, you got Bankai, TGI Fly, Triple M, and Knickerbocker Banter.
Oh, that's a lot of dudes who drink. I've been around Triple M. I know he gets sauce. Oh, shout out to
Triple M though. Cool dude. Love hanging out with him at Diamantes. Fucking hilarious.
Halliburton, he tries to drive, pass back out to Miles Turner, and then the TV just wants to be a herd thing.
Yeah, Halliburton dumps it down in the pocket. Ooh, kick out pass from Turner to Neesmith for 3. Volleyball pass right there for Miles Turner for that 3.
Indiana just got to stay within the flow. That's all.
With Dort hierarchy 3, banks it in.
They just got to stay with it. But you know, I got Team Nick and Nader winning it all, man. That's state prediction. You know, I got Team Nick and Nader winning it all. Shout out to my guy, my OG Nick and Nader. It's 873 Nick fans in here. I hope Tony better not text me an angry message, yo.
Hey, at least you have my team winning a game, bro. A lot of people are sleeping. So
I just go with the athletes. Look, that's another 3-pointer. Back-to-back threes by Indiana. Aaron Nesmith hit a 3. Now Miles Turner hit a 3. The score is 53-64. Miles Turner 9 points, 3 for 4, 1 for 1 from 3. But I'm Sean team.
You got Sean. Actually, let me read out Sean's team for you.
You know,
let me get Sean's team out here for you. But it's gonna be man. It's good. It's a lot of interesting matchups. You know, who's your X factor? Like, who's the one guy you're watching out for as he takes the court? Like, to see how he hoops.
Rook.
Oh, my teammate Rook.
Yeah, man. Because he always trolling everybody. You better be able to hoop. You better be able to hoop. Anybody?
Sean. You got Sean. You got Breeze. You got Chief Ike. You got Eli Cobain. You got Ev. You got Jay Nicky. You got Brill. And you got yours truly, Nate One. That's I hate Sean's team. Everyone's like at least 6'1" or higher. It's your type of team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They trying to cheat. But that type of team, you could tire them out. You tire them out. You go up 6 on that type of team, they're gonna start to panic. But if you allow them to use their size against you and overwhelm you like that, then you're gonna be tight. That's another and 1 by J Dub.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we'll see. I'm excited to see. I actually listen. There's a lot of trash talk regarding him versus Sean's team versus Team Nick and Nader. Team Nick and Nader, they can don't sleep on them. They can beat Sean's team. They have a shot. They got guys beyond Moselle. I think that's the main problem. They think that team was just all Moselle. And after Moselle, they don't got nothing. No. Yanni can be a beast on the boards. You feel me? She can be a female Dennis Rodman. All the muscles she got them boards.
I'm 1000% taking all side bets on the sideline. I'm taking all side bets. Whoever got a side bet, 1000% gonna match your side bet. Whatever team, just come holler at me.
Mentality just said the same shit. He's gonna make side bets in the stand. Same shit. Well, here's the thing, Yusuf. We're all against Sean right now. Like my team, our whole thing is just break the script. You know what I mean?
Mentality, my man, but. Mentality, my man, but he gonna have to play Kyra first before I do any bet with him.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we do good business over here.
You gotta honor your word mentality.
We don't do bad business.
Mentality. Look, I understand what you're saying about why you haven't done it yet, but at the end of the day, bro, don't let this internet shit affect you like that, bro.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. You trying to sweet talk him. He got to pay that bread.
Yeah, listen, man. I could easily just be
We
like,
all family. So
bro, who gives? Okay, I'm gonna be real. Listen, you made another account. It's fine. It's Twitter. You're not permanently banned from the app. Okay, you've made a new account. Okay, you still have all of us following you, and you following us. Like you still get
yeah,
to interact
man,
with
send
us.
that
Who
bread
gives a
in, man.
shit? Who gives
Send
a
that
shit?
bread.
Just send the bread, bro. Send the bread.
Because when I do side bets on the sideline, we got Zelle, we got Cash App, we got the ATM up the block. We go right to the ATM. We can pull that chicken out. We do all types of side bets. I'm taking any type of side bet. That's a fact. My little brother, he might take some side bets too. So, we're gonna have fun though. We're gonna have fun. That shit gonna be fun.
Some side news for the NBA. As part of the
Mhm.
Desmond Bay trade, the Orlando Magic will decline team options for Gary Harris and Corey Joseph, which will free up just under $11 million. That keeps them like well enough financially to be able to afford somebody the MOE.
Yo, shout outs to this is hilarious, right? I'm gonna play this for you, matter of fact. I know you're gonna be like, State, come on now. Why you gotta
Go ahead.
right now? You about to see right now when I do the share screen. but you know how I play. You know how I play, man. What is goddamn tweet at, man? Oh, this like always want to do this nonsense. But the tweet specifically that Jay from Florida shared, come on, don't do this to me. Why is it not showing? But it's specifically LeVar Ball talking about LaMelo Ball and talking about Lonzo and how he wants the Clippers. it sounds like yo, LeVar is crazy. And he wants the Clippers to actually go after both of those guys. And me personally, you know how I feel about LaMelo. You know, if the Knicks had a chance to get him, if the Knicks had a chance to get him, but I'm gonna play this for you real quick though, just for you, just because.
You right here, getting down. Yes, the big ballers pit, the ballers state. Guess where we at? It's how we get down. Nobody got their own gym like this. And ball boys is different. Always working on their game. Always working on their game and having fun. Yeah, they don't miss no shots. Come on. The game is all threes these days. Come on now. We've been doing that since day one. I'm trying to let y'all know I'm giving y'all the recipe for this. Just listen to the big baller. Ain't like I'm wrong. Making these long shots look so easy. Man, come on. All the boys can shoot that ball. All of them shoot that ball. From a long distance. Ain't no baby's distance. From the long distance. Oh my God. Is it that easy? Is it that easy? Yes. You don't think they've been practicing these shots all this time? All this time? Back and forth. Back and forth. Look, very easy. Oh, yeah, right back at you. Look at that. Guaranteed to make it. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Come on now. Come on now. Follow the leader. God, it's getting deeper. It's getting deeper. Come back. Come on back.
I know exactly why you sent this.
Oh nah.
You're not low. You're not low. I know exactly why you sent this. Are you tired of asking? Are you tired of asking on the timeline of Knicks players that are in the gym? Listen, State. Not every person has to post that they're in the gym. Real G's Work in silence.
Yeah, I hear you, man. When you play for the New York Knicks, I need to see you in the gym, brother. I need to see some gym. You know why though?
Here's why. But listen, you can't. I can't take that too seriously because you can only be you can be in the gym for like an hour and mislead and just or do nonsense in the gym the whole time. You feel me? Like them Ben Simmons pickup games clips, them Zaire Hartenstein pickup games clips where people start to start shooting threes. Come on, bro. I can't take this shit seriously.
That's very true. While OKC is up 70-57, Pascal Siakam gets the ball stolen again by the alley-oop. Pascal plays
the foul? Whoa.
No, that was not a foul. Stop it.
No way. Hold on. There's the fake, the bump to create space. Yeah, nah.
There you go.
There was no contact. That was marginal contact.
It was contact, but not enough contact the way you're like.
That was marginal, bro.
Yeah, that wasn't a lot of contact. I agree.
Yo, Kyle, if you're watching this, that's a play on if that happens. Shout out to Kyle. He's the crew chief. Officiating crew for the tournament. Got him, got Leah, got Kimmy. You got like one other person, I forgot who. I'm sorry, don't give me a technical foul, please.
Shout out to the crew chief, Indiana 58-70, OKC. In order for Indiana to win this game, Halliburton's gonna have to like start being aggressive. He got to stop being passive. If he continues to be passive, Indiana's gonna get smoked.
Honestly, someone else has to step up though. Like, yeah, I know Halliburton has to score, but like Miles Turner's been kind of inconsistent. Siakam hasn't really been all that scoring wise. I haven't really seen much made baskets from him. Someone else needs to catch fire as well. Neesmith, Nemhard.
It's very true.
Matherin, like someone has to, like you need someone to come in and score a quick 7 points. Like you need like a 7-0 run because you're getting stopped. You just can't score.
Right.
You know, because he's taking nothing but tough shots.
Do you think? What do you think is the issue with Indiana right now? No real. Like you got Halliburton, you got Andrew Nemhard, but do you think the shot creation from the wing position, do you think they're giving them enough? Because I see that.
I think they're losing the physicality edge, and it's starting to weigh them down mentally. Because like just now, we were seeing Isaiah Hartenstein just grind it out for them extra offensive rebounds, which leads to a shooting foul. You know, it's certain plays like that. You know, they're losing the physicality battle, and you know, OKC they make sure to be assertive from the start that they're going to be extra physical on you. And you know that weighs you down mentally. So if I'm Indiana, I just show the Commissioner Adam Silver on the screen. Shout out to him. Looking forward to meeting him on Sunday. And yeah, like Indiana has to toughen up. You know, I see you got TJ McConnell on the floor now. He has to bring that toughness, be a pest. Bring some energy on that part of the game.
I definitely agree with that. But iHeart definitely. Tony Bradley, that was mad funny just now too. Tony Bradley had iHeart whole arm, like literally, like
yeah, like this,
and a hook and like a chicken wing, and iHeart still grabbed the rebound with his other arm. He playing physical out there. Shouts to iHeart. But iHeart,
we miss him.
He's a product of his environment. OKC is actually using him. And when I see a player like iHeart have
he was being used last year too, though.
Not really, not to his best ability.
Once Mitchell Robinson got hurt, a lot of his best attributes started coming out. He started playing more. And remember too, a lot like when you watch OKC play, a lot of the sets that they use for him are directly straight out of New York's playbook.
Right.
So you can't really say that it's the part of the environment when he's doing a lot of the same things that he did for us. He's just doing it with different personnel that are able to do different things. So, like Josh Hart is not a Lou Dort. Mikal Bridges is not Alex Caruso. So it's like they're two different players.
That's for sure. J-Dub, he's a great win creator. I like
He's
his game.
underrated, man. He's very underrated.
Yeah, he is. That's crazy if OKC win this championship. Because if they win this championship, I'm gonna have a huge issue with Leon Rose. I got an issue with either team wins the championship, but it's gonna
so
be
crazy how much
Mhm.
like if OKC wins a championship, do you know how many legacies will be changed? SGA will automatically be the greatest player in franchise history.
That's a fact.
Like he will overtake Russ at that point, Westbrook at that point. KD,
Obi again?
yo,
Oh, all right. I was
oh
about
my
to say.
God, J-Dub with the left. Oof. In and out scoop. Yes, 26 on 9 for 15 shooting, man. Wow.
Indiana got to make some threes, man.
Ooh, look at Dort. I'm telling you, it's the toughness, man. The toughness. Dort took that McConnell screen like a football player, and he forced the offensive foul.
Oh, Matherin, you got to catch that ball off the offensive rebound, homie. J-Dub. Oh, that was nice. That was a nice scoop shot from J-Dub.
High off the glass, man.
J-Dub, 26 points, 9 for 15, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Offensive foul.
You saw that Dort play. Dort. That's
Wow.
all Lou Dort right there. Toughness, bro. Lou Dort is tough.
I'm about to really watch OKC win an NBA championship. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have a real issue with Leon Rose, bro.
This is another finals that KD is not in, and it fucks up his legacy even more. Considering how he burned bridges with them, and now they won a ring without him after all these years. And
shout out to Leon Rose.
With SGA he will officially be the greatest Thunder player ever. He will skyrocket up them all-time ranks now. He's the greatest player in the franchise. There's gonna be a lot of nasty. Even now, like if Halliburton wins his ring, there's gonna be a lot of nasty conversations that's gonna be had, like him versus CP3. That's gonna yo, bro. It affects KD Yusuf. This finals does affect KD, bro. Because OKC's entire legacy is Russ is the greatest Thunder player, but KD is the greatest talent to ever grace that franchise. And even then, both of those guys, they jump started OKC's, history. But neither of those guys could get it done. So for SGA to come in and do what those guys couldn't, you know what I mean? It makes KD leaving for Golden State. Like, people are gonna be bringing that up again, bro. PG's legacy. I mean, PG was only OKC for 2 years, bro. What legacy, bro? We all know, like, he was a rising superstar, and the injury that he suffered in Vegas kind of fucked it up. And I know, like, the PG trade, like, it's what gave them SGA, whatever, but you got to look at context, though. Like, the Clippers did it so they could get Kawhi. At the time, if you asked me or State at the time, would you trade for PG if it meant teaming him up with Kawhi Leonard at the time, who was like a top 5 player in the world at the time?
Yep.
Both of us would say, hell yeah. You wouldn't care. I would do it. State would do it. I'm pretty sure you would do it too at the time. So hindsight is 2020. I can't, like, it's funny to laugh at them now and point at them now, but back then, yeah, I would do that. I would 100 times do that if it meant pairing up him with Kawhi Leonard, because it means that we get a chance to actually win a championship. And in my opinion, had the bubble never happened, the Clippers would have won the ring that year because they never wanted to be in the bubble. They didn't. They was checked out. They never wanted to be there. They were smoking weed doing it together during the playoffs. Shit, like they wasn't care. They didn't care. So,
nope. KD.
That's why KD won. Listen, KD should have stayed in Golden State. Probably would have won 2 more rings, 2 more Finals MVPs.
He should have, though.
It would have looked way better, but I understand him leaving because he wanted to show that he can lead the team to a chip, but it's not meant to be. It's not meant to be.
Nah, KD definitely did. KD like should have just stayed in. He should have just stayed in Golden State, bro. I'm so mad. I'm looking at J Dub, man, on this goddamn TV screen.
It's funny because I watched this video that was like an overview of how the Knicks rebuilt the franchise from the Phil Jackson years to where they are now. And we could have had J Dub in the draft, and we passed up on him.
But the reason why the Knicks did not get J Dub, and I don't care what anybody says, you will not gain me. As Aaron Wiggins misses a bank shot, TJ McConnell brings up the ball. Thibodeau, being the a-hole he is, TJ McConnell, nice midi, 64-75. Thibodeau being the a-hole that he is, this a-hole overplayed. Oh, nice move by J-Dub. Good pass.
Great kick out to Aaron Wiggins. What a hustle by Lou Dort. Oh, my God.
What J-Dub did, what really annoyed me, I mean, what Leon Rose did, he allowed Thibodeau to specifically overplay Evan Fournier. When he overplayed Evan Fournier, that caused the Knicks, and you know you want to get Jalen Brunson. We had to trade Evan Fournier and our lottery pick that year in order to get off the contract, in order to sign Brunson.
No,
Thibodeau
not Fournier. Not Fournier. We had to get rid of no, because Fournier was on the team Brunson's first 2 years there. We traded Fournier last season. Remember, for Bogdanovich and Burks? We had to give up Alec Burks, Kemba Walker, and Nerlens Noel. We did a salary dump trade with the Pistons. We gave them the draft rights to Jalen Duren, and we gave them Burks, Noel, and Kemba Walker with that pick. So that way we could get enough cap space to sign.
You're gonna have to go look it up again, because from what I recall, they traded Evan Fournier to get off his contract in order to sign Jalen Brunson. You have to look that up again, bro. Like overplaying, and remember they overplayed Kemba Walker as well. The only way they could sign Brunson is if they got off of Evan Fournier's contract. They had to get released cap space.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing it right here. New York is sending Kemba Walker to Detroit as part of a 3-team trade that will see the Pistons acquire number 13 overall pick Jalen Duren. I remember Charlotte got a 2023 first rounder and 4 seconds. Mm-hmm. Detroit got Jalen Duren and Kemba Walker, who they later bought out. And the Knicks just got cash. They got the Bucks top 4 protected first round pick in 2025 that they ended up trading in the Mikal Bridges deal. And then they got cash considerations. They freed up cap space so they could sign Jalen Brunson.
I'm talking about the Georgie Dang pick. Whatever his goddamn name is. Indiana's catching up, by the way. It's 68.
Evan Fournier got traded last year.
Obi, nice layup, 70-76. This game is not over.
February 8th, 2024, Detroit Pistons acquired Quentin Grimes, Evan Fournier, Malachi Flynn, Ryan Diacono, 2 future second-round picks and cash considerations from New York for Bojan Bogdanovich and Alec Burks.
Oh, so they had to get off the Kemba contract. You still had to give up your lottery pick.
Yep, you had to give up the rest of Jalen Duren.
But Jalen Duren would have never been the pick. You would have picked Jalen.
Here comes Indiana.
Yeah, they on their way. They coming back. Obi Toppin with a nice layup over a Shet. That was a nice layup.
McConnell, I told you, he had to bring in that spark, that toughness, and now he's working them up. He's giving them life. And now Indiana's playing tough. They're putting their bodies on them. Tough shot by SJ still, but you can see Indiana's finally waking up and started to, embrace the physicality.
Mm-hmm. Oh, McConnell. Oh, he had another 3.
It was a long 2.
Oh, his foot was on the line.
Oh my God, Obi Toppin.
Okay. Well, he said Obi Toppin. That's good because now I'm watching Alex Caruso dribble the ball. Oh, what the hell? The screen just disappeared. Yo, this is why you can't watch the game on the Fire Stick, bro. I don't even know what Obi did.
So you was a play behind, but Obi had a nice up and under that got 2 Thunder players in the air and then made a tough fadeaway layup over them. He has 9 points in the game now, 4 for 9 shooting. Yeah, you're right, Yusuf. Leon wanted Ivy. He was trying to trade up to pick 5 for Ivy, but they just wasn't. Detroit was not having it.
TJ McConnell, unsung hero in
8 points
the
this
third quarter.
8 points this
in the
quarter.
third. Yep.
They call a foul on McConnell. 2:07 left in the third. Okay. That's McConnell's third foul. Oh, he fouled him on a jump ball. How you foul somebody on a jump ball? And then SGA missed the free throw.
Yeah. Yo, SGA crazy. Oh, Ed, you in the building finally, huh? Ed finally showed up to talk to us about Taylor Jenkins.
That's my first time meeting Ed.
Actually, I didn't realize I've been sitting backstage for about 15 minutes. I didn't realize I didn't know I was supposed to. I ain't know. Yeah, we good. What's
going on, Ed? It's our first time meeting. How you been, brother?
Say what?
It's our first time meeting. How you been? How you doing?
I'm doing great, bro. How about yourself?
Doing good, bro. I'm chilling, man.
We blessed, man. We alive, we free, and we got Wi-Fi. Shit, we ain't got nothing to complain about. We can take
it. God bless, man. God bless.
Right. We too blessed.
Yo, Ed, I know you got the NBA Finals on somewhere in the crib, man.
Man, honestly, I had hold on one second.
Look, Ed Messi, look. We got the NBA Finals on those. SGA, he tried to drive, he got fouled, but Indiana's on their way back. They're on their way coming back. 76-81.
SGA saw that and said, "Let me pull my MVP hat real quick," and he started being more assertive.
Let me pull my MVP cred. But yeah, man, shouts to you, Ed. We got the NBA Finals on at the same time, talking about that game. We talking about the Knicks talk. But let's get into the Taylor Jenkins and everything. And we just reached 1,000 people watching live. Appreciate all of you guys who's watching live right now.
That's what's up, baby. Yeah.
But Taylor Jenkins, what the hell happened? Why did he get fired? And why did the Grizzlies trade Desmond Bane? And do you feel like there's any trade that the Knicks can do for Jaren Jackson Jr. that would satisfy you? Because it seemed like Memphis is about to tank. Like it's no way. It seemed like Memphis is about to tank. Also, by the way, SGA, some more free throws, 20 points, 5 for 11 from the field, 10 for 11 from the free throw line, 76-83. Mathurin, that was a bad 3-point attempt.
They're hunting threes now. 8 for 23 from downtown for Indiana, compared to 10 for 24 from OKC.
Yep, they got to shoot better shot attempts. But what's up, man? Ed, talk to us, bro.
Yeah, man. So as far as that trade, that was crazy, man. I woke up to that. That shit happened. I woke up in the morning like, damn, for real? And I had just been arguing the day before, like, man, they don't need the trade, Bane. It's not a good idea. I will say this. In terms of the Grizzlies trade let me touch bases on Taylor Jenkins first. Because that kind of lines up with things.
And one TJ McConnell. My fault. And one. 79-85. I mean 78-85. Continue.
75-80.
Yeah, it's 78-85. Indiana's roaring back right now. TJ McConnell's giving them boys that work.
That's what's up. So as far as Taylor Jenkins is concerned, he got to a point where really, honestly, they had already hired his replacement last summer. So in Thomas Isolo from France, who coached a team over there in France to a couple titles or whatever. But what happened was they brought in a new assistant coaching staff, and Thomas was one of the guys. So and Taylor was really big on playing the depth and utilizing your bench, and I think at a certain point, I think it became a problem with Ja wanting to play more minutes, wanting to kind of, wanting to be out there. And I think that kind of reared his head after a while. But the main thing was the chemistry of the team had really started to lose its way with the Grizzlies as far as the Grizzlies concerned. Like, it was a lot of tension on the low because, the second half of the season, the team started slipping. They went from being one of the top 2 seeds in the West to just falling off to being like basically one of the worst teams in the West the second half of the season, which balanced out to them being right there at the 8th seed for the play-in. So that killed the vibe of the team. And being at the front office, y'all got to keep this in mind. That front office and Taylor Jenkins and Ja Morant, they all came in together. So that front office only got one more year left on their contract. So a lot of a big part of the reason why Taylor Jenkins was fired really doesn't necessarily have as much to do with on the court versus what's going on off the court. The front office next year is the last year of their contract. And the way things were starting to fall apart this year, I think they hit the button on firing Taylor Jenkins only because they got scared that they could have possibly gotten fired at the end of this year. And they wanted to see right before, if I'm going to get fired in 2025, I might as well fire my coach now and go with the coach that I had already hired to be the next coach anyway and give him a shot. Versus me riding it out with this one coach my whole tenure, and I never gave myself as a GM the chance with another coach running this team, if that makes sense to y'all. So that played a part in Taylor Jenkins getting fired a lot as well. And then the team just kind of started losing its way at the end. But that was really more so to the fault of the roster being constructed. They just didn't give him the right pieces to go out there and do what he was supposed to do this year. So now, as far as Taylor Jenkins' flaws, situational awareness, that's where he comes up short. He didn't play ball. He played ball in high school, but he didn't play ball in college. He didn't play ball in the NBA or overseas. So those moments of situational awareness, feel certain, like knowing to call certain timeouts, knowing how to best utilize your challenges. Because that was one thing for a while, he would never use his challenges. We used to hate that shit. Now, it got to a point where it reared its head over time, because not only was you lacking feel, right, in terms of game situations and making certain decisions in certain moments, but also the performance of the team is starting to slide. So when it got to all that point, that's where they just decided, let's go with a new coach. So as far as the Knicks are concerned, the one coach defensively that can fix the issues between Cat and Brunson defensively is 2 coaches. Mike Brown to a degree, and especially Taylor Jenkins. And it's funny that they're interviewing those 2 guys because they're very similar. Very similar. They're really the same coach, just with 2 different approaches. They're both defensive-minded coaches. They emphasize defense. Taylor is a modern offense guy too, but more so where they earn their stripes is defense. Mike Brown is more on the spicy side in terms of his delivery, his approach. He's the one that'll call players out, and I think Brunson needs that because he needs somebody that doesn't mind calling him out, even publicly, and holding him accountable. But also, you got Taylor Jenkins, who's the polar opposite. He's not going to call you out publicly. He's not going to chew the players out. He ain't doing all that. Taylor Jenkins is more of a player's coach. He's that coach that if you got a timid player or you got a player that don't receive criticism well, that don't like getting cursed out or getting their ass chewed out, Taylor Jenkins is the perfect coach to be able to handle those type of players. So also going back to what I was saying defensively, what Taylor Jenkins was able to do with Ja Morant defensively, Ja Morant and Steven Adams, when they were together, he proved defensively that he could scheme around John Morant and Steven Adams' defense. Steven Adams is a lot worse defensively than Karl Anthony Towns, who, by the way, is not as bad as a defender as people make him out to be, because Karl is actually a pretty good positional defender in terms of defending his position, which is the 5. He can do that. We've seen him do that in the playoffs before. McConnell going out 13 points in the third. I see that notifications is popping up.
Yeah, he just traveled too. He just tried to drive to the rim and travel, but the play before SGA, and Omar, you can jump in this comment whenever you want. SGA, I guess he drove, and he got another layup. So the score is 89-82.
Yeah, Indiana's bench has been the calling card for Indiana's comeback. They have absolutely carried them in the second half. As Wiggins hits his first 3 of the game from the left corner.
A nice another step in corner three. Another corner 3. I like the way OKC played, man. That's why when people kill me when they say, "Oh, OKC run ISO all the time." No, they do not. And that's one of the main things I seen from Taylor Jenkins. When you say they hired the coach last summer, that's the reason why they got away from the pick and roll offense that Taylor Jenkins used to run originally. Because I love the way he used John Morant in John Morant's first 2 seasons. I think that was great. Another thing that I liked about Taylor Jenkins, I read an article where players was mad because he didn't play him enough. Well, I had Thibodeau for 5 years. I want a coach who overplays his bench. That's just me.
Right, gonna balance this out.
And also, the one thing that made me say, y'all, I kind of like what Taylor Jenkins do. Taylor Jenkins went out, and when guys got hurt, he started his rookies. Said, "Yo, you know what? I'm gonna start my young guys. I'm not gonna start no journeyman vet. I'm not gonna do none of that extra. I'm not gonna start Alfred Payton over Emmanuel quickly for a whole season just because no, I'm not doing that." That man started 2 young boys.
A bunch of young boys. Like he started Lil Scotty, which is Scottie Pippen Jr.'s son. He had to start a lot this year. He started maybe like 35, 40
Jackson,
games.
I think. Yeah, Memphis the last 2 years have had like the most starting lineup changes in the league.
Right, exactly. And for him, the one thing about Taylor Jenkins, he come in with a built-in top 10, top 12 defense. I don't give a fuck if he put us 3 out there. Somehow he gonna scheme it, and us 3 in the lineup will somehow finish top 12 defense. I don't know how they do it, but Taylor Jenkins is a hell of a scheme when it comes to doing that. And yeah, he's been able to get the max out of a bunch of what I would say a lot of subpar talent off the bench. We don't track the marquee vets off the bench, the role players. They're not choosing to come to Memphis with this front office in place. So with that being said, the fact that he's been out there, he takes a lot of G League guys and really maxes them out. And he did that all season, this season. All season, it was a bunch of J Huff, G League players. Y'all know who that is. Lil Scotty, G League player. Jalen Wells started 65, 70 games. He was a second round pick last summer. Second round pick. He started 65, 70 games and finished with top 3. The top 3 in the rookie of the year race could have won it if he had not got injured probably at the end. For him to be able to, and he started eating half of the season. So for him to go out there, and John only played 50 games. So for him to be able to go out there and you got Lil Scotty starting, Jalen Wells starting, and Edie, essentially 3 rookies, 2 of which are late second round and undrafted. Man, that shows y'all this dude can coach his ass off in terms of coaching the back end of your roster. So if Brunson needs to sit down, which he's gonna make Brunson do, that's gonna give a Tyler Kolek a chance to really max out in terms of his development. And that's something that Taylor Jenkins does really great in. I'll say this and keep it short and simple. The biggest win margin in NBA history is 73 points. Taylor Jenkins was the one who coached that team. They beat the Oklahoma City Thunder by 73 points, the NBA record. And the biggest part about that, John Morant didn't even play that game. Did that with backups. So
Yo,
Yeah,
shout out
that's
to Jenkins.
yeah, he's definitely one of them guys that can that's gonna be honestly in terms of the best option for the roster that the Knicks got at hand. That's gonna be one of your best options. And I sound like a Taylor Jenkins apologist now. I used to be pretty critical of him.
That's interesting. Oh, you got if you got a question, just shoot it. I guess my next question is who do you think benefited the most from Taylor Jenkins out of like John Morant and Triple J? And shouts to Pascal Siakam, who just drove to the rim, got another basket. The score is 84-92. But who benefited the most out of anybody on the Grizzlies because of Taylor Jenkins' offense? And if he gets signed here to the Knicks, who you think he'll benefit the most on the New York Knicks?
Oh, easily Cat. And who he benefited the most on the Grizzlies, easily Jaren. Him and Jaren was like this. Not like this, like this. Nigga, they shook tight. That's Jaren called Taylor Jenkins the GOAT. That's where you'll hear him always say that's the GOAT right there. That's the GOAT. That's my dog. That's my ride or die for life. Like these are exact Jared Jackson quotes about Taylor Jenkins. He loves dude. That's why I say if the Knicks do decide to get Jenkins, it's more likely he'll go to the Knicks than stay with the Grizzlies.
What would you think
That
the Grizzlies will want in a deal for Jaren Jackson? Because the Knicks, like, even looking at the trades, I know Omar. I know you got a couple of trades for Jaren Jackson on your You
They
could
gonna
see
want it to be a three-way. We ain't gonna want none of that bullshit if it ain't Cat. The rest of this shit,
the
and
thing
I'm a
yeah,
Grizzly and a Knicks fan. The rest of that shit is trash in terms of
the
a
thing with
haul back.
the thing with trading for Jaren Jackson Jr. is that number one, he makes Mikal Bridges money. He's making 24 million, but it's also the last year of his deal. So you got when you're trading for a guy on his expiring deal that has Jaren Jackson Jr.'s talent and body of work, you gotta be careful what you give up for him because you're gonna trade him. You're trading for him and extending him at the same time. You're not trading for him to be a 1 year rental. You don't do that
Right.
for a defensive player of the year, all star, all NBA type of player that he is. So you gotta be real certain that you're okay of giving up whatever you give up for him because
Well,
you're gonna pay him all that extra money along with it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You probably giving up an OG, and if I had to pay OG or Jaren that type of money, I'm gonna pay Jaren. And OG, if you're replacing OG with Jaren, um, Jaren, keep in mind, Jaren is CAA. He's represented by CAA. So that only helps. You know what I'm saying? That CAA is the one at the negotiation table on his behalf, negotiating across from CAA at the fucking Knicks organization. So that only helps in terms of being able to keep him. And then his lifestyle off the court, it much more aligns with a New York. So those things, honestly, if for some reason, for some crazy reason, the Grizzlies weren't able to re-sign Jared, which is possible, because the owner doesn't quite want to just throw whatever at Jared. He's kind of hesitant. So if that's the case, it's a possibility you'll be able to do a sign and trade where the Knicks would just have to go out and probably get another team to get them 2 or 3 first round picks. And maybe have to offload OG or somebody else in order to make that happen.
You
So
know, the problem with that is the Knicks are on the first apron. When you're a first apron team, you cannot do a signing trade unless what the Knicks did. They did when they traded for Mikal Bridges, they added a signing trade along with it, which
mhm.
hard capped them at the second apron. So because of that, they can't really do any more signing trades. Like once you're in the first apron, you can't really do signing trades like that.
So
Mm.
you can do them to reduce the salary though.
You can do it to reduce the salary, but if it adds to the payroll, then you can't really do it. And I'm looking at
Right.
Memphis' financial situation. Memphis is
So Jared's not
Memphis.
going.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I was gonna say like Memphis is 50 is hard capped at the first apron, but they have plenty of space below it. There's $69 million underneath the second apron, and they're
Mhm.
hard capped at the first apron. So they got some flexibility that they got a lot of flexibility they can use actually
That's
financially.
what that was the point of why I mentioned OG. OG gives y'all. or the Knicks, I mean, both of my teams, more of the flexibility to whereas you can make the trade and making the trade would actually reduce some salary to kind of relieve that cap sum. So you'll probably be relieving that cap by we projecting Jaron to make like maybe another probably 30 million in salary, somewhere around there. So if you take on 30 million, you reducing $5 or $6 million in cap relief, just taking that, making that deal happen. So that's yeah, that'll work in the signing trade.
Let's see. So I tried it right now, like OG
And,
for
and
Jaron.
keep in mind, I think it'll have to be a three-way anyway, because the Grizzlies, I know for sure, ain't gonna take OG straight up for Jaren. They're not gonna
Nah,
take a
it
pick.
it won't
Yeah.
work. OG for Jaron straight up won't work. It says here that um since they're not an over the apron team and they're sending out between 7.5 million and $29 million in salary, they're only able to take back 7.5 million more than the salary they are sending out. Meaning that since Jaron Jackson Jr. is only making 23 million, they can only take back just
30.
under 31 million. OG
30.
making 40. OG Anunoby is making 40 million. So the Grizzlies will have to send an additional $9 million out to
So the
make it
way
work.
that could, so the way that could work, you got guys on the team like Luke Kennard, Brandon Clark that's making around 9, 10 million. Well, Luke is making 9.5. Brandon Clark is making like 12 or 13. Luke could make that work to where, and Luke's contract expires. If you make this deal, like I'm just hypothetically speaking, if it's on draft night, which is next Thursday, by the way, if you make that trade on draft night, as long as you make it before 12 o'clock, then that trade, the contract of Luke Kennard hasn't expired yet. So you can include Luke Kennard and Jaron in the deal, and that'll make the money work in order to get OG. Or to do a three-way to where OG salary adds up. Because again, the Grizzlies might take OG because they need a wing. But I don't think they would take OG straight up. You will have to give them some picks. And I think they'll prefer to just get picks at that point and have the flexibility.
I mean, they can also do something along the lines of like Jaron Jackson Jr., John Concar, and Vince Williams for OG.
Mhm.
Like that works. That works financially for both
Yeah.
sides.
But the only thing about that is with those guys, they money don't fall off this summer. So you got another 2 years with them versus if you did Luke Kennard, you will make the trade and his money will fall off in a couple of weeks, actually.
I
So you
mean,
will be
well,
leaving a 9 million.
John Concar is going to make the same exact amount next season, 6.1 million, and Vince Williams Jr. is going to have a team option next year.
Right. Well, I was talking about Luke Kennard though, but yeah. So, but with Luke Kennard, his money will fall off here in a couple of weeks. Versus Conchar, it's another year or two as well as Vince. I think they might have team option, but I think it's another 2 years on both of their deals. Could be wrong on that. Yeah. But
Shouts
either
out.
way, the components are there to make a three-way deal. Because, like I said again, I don't think it would be just those two teams to make that deal happen. I think it'll take a third team in order for the Grizzlies to get the picks because they're gonna want some picks back. They ain't gonna take OG straight up.
Yeah, I don't think they take OG straight up either. The score is 90-94 in the NBA Finals. Indiana just does not go away. They remind me of cockroaches. Like they just won't go nowhere, bro. I thought they was dead in the
Yeah.
water earlier. They will not
I'm
go
telling you,
nowhere.
bro, if you're not up by 30 on these guys, it's never over until it's over.
Dogs, boy, they got some heart. They definitely that. I hate the Pacers historically as a Knicks fan growing up, but I will say I like this team that the Pacers got. I definitely can say that. I like the guys on this team. I like the whole team as a collective.
I do too. They got a nice little fun roster. They, multiple playmakers. They
Mhm.
need another. Oh look! Oh, it's getting physical. Tony Bradley is getting. I like that. I like that. Hartenstein being very physical so far. That was the second offensive rebound I seen him just take where he got one arm wrapped up and he just go up and he just go up strong and go get it from everybody. Shouts to Isaiah Hartenstein playing tough. That's what Mitchell Robinson could do, honestly.
Ed, I
And
got a question for you, Ed. So,
Mhm.
with the Desmond Bain trade, what does that signal for you? Does it signal for you that they're retooling or that it's a fire sale?
It's just a retool, bro. Great question, by the way. I'm glad we having this conversation because people get carried away, man. I get it. I mean, for one, he was their third best player. What do people expect? I mean, you had to do something. They've been together 5 or 6 years. You can't. They can. The three won't stay together other than not winning. That doesn't mean that you tear up everything. The thing is, a lot of people who aren't Grizzlies fans that ain't paying attention to what's going on, they've never traded any of those core guys. So before you blow anything up, it only makes sense to at least make a trade out of those guys finally, right? Before you just blow up all of them. So that's first thing. Then second, well, first thing actually, even before that, to keep in mind, the Grizzlies general manager Zach Kleiman is going into the last year of his contract. What if you're the general manager? Would you blow a team up going into the last year of your contract?
No.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just suicide, basically. You just fuck it.
I mean,
Doing it for the great
I
good.
guess it depends on the job security. Last year, if you deal, if the owner is hesitant to give you an extension, then
You're
you say I'm
going
gonna go down with the ship. I got nothing to lose, so fuck it. But if he just if the owner tells him, hey, you're gonna still be here a while, so whatever direction you decide to take the team in, I'm still gonna support you. You'll still be here. Then he'll probably be more inclined to blow it up. Okay, I'd be like, okay, let's do a hard reset.
right, exactly.
Right?
And in this case, not only is the GM going into the last year of his contract, he also just sold his house last year. So exactly, he sold his house, and now you're going to the last year of your contract. Does that sound like a GM that's gonna blow some shit up this summer, or the GM that's gonna fight like hell to save his fucking job to get an extension? You know what I'm saying? So like when y'all hear people say that John Morant, they're gonna blow it up. Who's gonna blow it up? The GM gonna blow his own fucking brains out? Yeah, the nigga already just sold his house. Just in case he get murked anyway. So you mean to tell me he gonna just say, fuck it, yeah, I'm gonna blow it up. Shit, he might as well just step down there. Fuck, I'm gonna blow it up for the get the pussy wet for somebody else to come from. What kind of sense does that make? I'm just being real. Fuck, I'm not getting it wet for another nigga to get it. I gotta get some of that. Shit, that's common sense.
That
So
do
yeah,
that makes sense though.
yeah, anybody saying that shit, man, they don't know, man. Talking about rebuilding, blowing it up. Nah, they are retooling though. And that's a great question. I'm glad you asked it so that I can address that properly. But yeah, nah, they not. That man know he gotta save his fucking job or something.
Of course,
Or
listen.
else my prayers.
I know we all Knicks fans, and obviously you follow both teams a lot because you live in Memphis a lot. But like honestly, like we follow NBA. We're hoop purists, man. We live and
Mhm.
breathe the game. We love the game. So it's like that's a lot of people. They don't talk a lot of people they forget the meaning of talk basketball.
Yo, real
They
quick.
forget that meaning.
Deuce McBride, I'm talking to you. Let me get the light back on real quick. Deuce.
Oh shit.
Deuce, I'm talking to you. You watching Carson Wallace, brother? Deuce, you watching Carson Wallace, brother? He getting in the lane. He getting in the paint. He playing great defense. He's hitting his own
War
threes. Deuce McBride, I need something from you, bro.
for
Shout out
real.
to you being a new father, by the way. But y'all can
Congrats, yeah,
continue
fast.
the conversation.
Congrats.
Now play like you a new father. Shit. Play like
Yeah, shit.
shit. Play like you got some child support possibly coming on. Shit.
Don't tell Riri that. Don't tell
Shit.
Riri.
Right. Riri been a had a fit.
So
Yo, Cat. You see how Chet is being active and alert on defense all the time. He's
yes,
always communicating. He's playing defense with his chest, not with his hands. Always
yes.
showing his hands all the time and sliding his feet. I
Yep.
need you to do that more on defense next season, man. Start practicing them defensive slides, brother. Start
And
practicing them defensive
you
slides.
talking about
bro.
as far as Cat is concerned, or
Yeah.
he don't have the same body type as Shaq, bro.
You gotta get in shape.
I-
Gotta get in shape.
You know what's
Ain't no
crazy?
shape. Ain't no shape to the change, man. That nigga wear a size 23 inch shoe. That shit.
I mean,
And you,
me and Uncle Ross said it. Get a Lab Hakeem, working that footwork. Get a free sub game. You feel me?
That's definitely
I ain't gonna
true.
lie. I think offensive, he got a face up game though. Cat is a beast on the face. Y'all just the Brunson just don't let him do it. It's just
You
it's.
don't you don't
Wow.
use it enough though. Like in the playoffs, you
I
started
know he
seeing it.
don't. I know he don't. His point guard is Jalen Brunson. Shit,
I
ain't,
don't
you ain't
know.
nobody using their bag enough. Shit, with him at point guard.
But even when they feature him in the second unit a lot, when they run the offense through with the second unit, he's getting the ball down low against a smaller wing. I mean, he doesn't really like it's always either the drop step or the straight line drive or the shimmy hook. Like there's a lot of other stuff that he could do that I saw him do in Minnesota in the post that he just wasn't doing in New York. I need to see him do more of that.
I think I think that's coaching because, like you said, you seen them do it in Minnesota, just not doing it in New York. So there go the difference.
I think it can go both ways because
Oh, absolutely, it's part of his cat. Yeah.
one thing that people will say about Thibodeau was that he always like even former players that have played under him have said this. Derrick Rose, Jeff Teague, etc. Like he like on offense, he'll give you that freedom to take you know what I mean? Like obviously, as long as you're not like consistently shooting dumbass half court shots like you will do once in a while, then he will get tight. But other than that, like if you see you have a certain look and you want to do a certain way, he's not gonna he'll let you play through that for better or worse.
Now, but the problem, I agree, you're totally right, and I hate to sound like this is just the truth. The problem is Jalen Brunson is the one running the asylum of free reign, right? But he the one who runs the free reign because the ball in his hand. So even though coach, that's the problem. Coach allows them to do too much of what they want to do versus you prioritizing your workhorse. Because Cat should be the workhorse offensively. Brunson should be the closer. You know what I'm saying? So the first three quarters should belong to Cat. It should be all about Cat. The first three quarters. The fourth quarter is where Brunson said, "All right, it's my time to shine." So I think that's something Brunson got to get to a level of maturity enough to understand, and he got to get off that Mean Girls Club shit. Like his form of leadership, you don't have to grow up and learn how to be able to be a leader and lead all different types of men, and not expecting niggas to try to get down with your little Mean Girls Club operation between you, Brunson, and you, Josh
Harden,
Hart, and
Mikal.
and McCall. Because they ran RJ up out of there. They got him. They bullied him all up out of there. They hurried up and sniffed him out. Him and IQ Randall too. So Randall, they just wasn't gonna bully him because, like I said, Randall will slap the shit out of niggas. But so how to people can do little bully shit in a subtle way. They scared to do, they ain't gonna try to say nothing crazy, but they do little make you kind of leave you out there where you not really a part of the clique, but you on the team. If that we respect you, but you're not part of the clique. You understand?
There
So
is there is a question. There is a question for you, Ed. From one of our
Yo,
viewers.
real quick. The Thunder 7-0 run, 97-110. Jalen Williams.
Take out,
Yo,
have a
Leon
day.
Rose. If
Have a
management
day.
is watching this, Leon Rose, you sacrifice a certain player, and you had to sacrifice our lottery pick, who could have been Jalen Williams. Right now, I'm watching him in the finals. He's dominating Indiana. Could get his own shot, on ball, off ball. You made me wait 5 years for OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges. Now,
and neither one of them is an
get the fuck out
all-star.
of
This
here.
is the crazy part.
Neither
Neither
one
one
of
of
them
them
is an all-star.
all-star. They older than him, and he all NBA. Fuck
And he
all-star. He's actually all
all
NBA
NBA
this year.
defense. Come
All
on
NBA
now.
period.
Ed,
MVP.
there's a question for you from one of our viewers.
Go ahead. Oh, my fault.
He said, what do you want Memphis to do with the picks that they got from the Desmond Bain trade? Do you want them to use them to go for another star? If so, who? Or do you want them to just keep him and draft, or just use them to get auxiliary players? What would you want them to do with the 4 first-round picks that they got?
All right, so with Bane, so the thing is, I feel like this is why I feel like you should have probably replaced, you should have traded Jaren first Because even if you didn't trade Bane, you still needed another extra dynamic wing. Even if we disappointed in McCall and OG, they're still both dynamic wings, right?
Yo,
I think we can
I'm
both.
sorry to cut you off, Ed.
Are you good?
Alex Caruso is just out of this world. Your state, you're muted. He's out of this fucking world, bro. Alex Caruso is just an animal. What? Holy fuck.
The best stepping up and one
Yo,
rings.
stay. You on mute, bro.
Yo, you
You're
know
on
what's
mute.
crazy? My fault, because I'm watching the game. And you know, I'm locked in. You see me here, I'm watching it. Alex Caruso, OG Anunoby is overpaid. And as I'm watching the finals, I'm getting annoyed. Like when you make 212 million and you have no evidence. This is why when I get into arguments with Knicks fans and they say, "Whoa, oh well, I love OG's defense, I love Mikel's defense." My G, Kate Cunningham in the first round averaged 26, 8, and 8. We don't do percentages in the playoffs. So even if he shot 40%, so what? I watched Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant win playoff series shooting 40%. Then the second series, Celtics. Come on. Tatum, 26, 11, and 5. Halliburton, you got to shoot that baby. Halliburton, you got to shoot that baby. Halliburton turns
When was the last time we saw OG die for a ball the way Caruso did that play?
I don't know. But Ed, I hope you watching this game, bro.
Yo, they're showing heart. They're showing this right here, bro.
Yes.
And all of this right now that we're seeing, bro.
You know what's so crazy?
And we questioned that all year with this team.
You know what's so crazy? What I liked about that Pacer team, when I saw that documentary, when they released that little small video of Pascal getting the team together before training camp at his house. They stayed at his house and did pre-training camp before training camp. And you listen to what Pascal said in that motherfucker. Pascal is just such a leader, bro. I gained the ultimate respect for this dude. Like he was just like, bro, when y'all come in here, play your game, play the game that you know you're gonna play in the real games. Don't come in here trying to do no bunch of bullshit, fucking around. We ain't doing all that. Come in here and play the way you finna be asked to play your role when the season starts. Like he just kept it real, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, motherfuckers get happy and want to celebrate. He said this before the Knicks went to the conference finals. He was like, look, we went to the conference finals last year, and a lot of people would celebrate that and hang their hat on it. He was like, that shit ain't nothing. That shit over with. He was like, to be honest with you, I feel like it's worse now because teams looking at you to expect you to do better coming off that conference final. So he was like, we can't be content with that. We got to push it to get to the finals and win the championship out. It was championship or bust with him from the jump. He made it clear what the goal was: win a championship, not pretend, not be there at the end, all that old flutter bullshit words. And he spoke this shit into existence with his leadership.
Yo, Halliburton with a nice dime to Obi Toppin for an alley-oop, 101 to 113. Shout out.
This is what I was talking about. This is what I'm talking about, State. OKC's fans, I haven't heard them be silent one time. And Dort
for
massive
3.
Fucking 3.
Oh my god,
massive 3,
massive 3-point.
And Naismith answers right back. Shades of game 1.
Naismith with the catch and shoot 3 off the fast break, 104-116. But my main issue, just getting back to the Knicks while we're all watching the NBA Finals, you're watching J-Dub right now. He's in an ISO.
He just hit a shimmy fadeaway.
And hit a shimmy fadeaway. When OG, you're getting 212 million.
Oh my goodness.
You can't hit a shimmy fadeaway when I need you to go get me a bucket.
Oh my god. Oh, yo.
J-Dub again? Oh my.
Yo. Obi on a fast break. Oh, that's not a foul. Yeah. That is not a foul. Challenge that shit right now.
That's a good challenge, but that's a foul. 104 to 118. But continuing the conversation at hand, that is my issue with our wings specifically.
Yes. And the problem that OG don't want to accept. You're not a fucking second option. He really wanted to be kept at the end of the year. Like if y'all saw that, it was crazy. Like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you really want to be the number 2 now? All this time, all of a sudden you want to be Robin? The fuck? Fuck the nigga that's all NBA 3 times, the most decorated player on the team. Nigga, you go out there and score 5 fucking points with 3 rebounds. Bro, sit your goofy ass down and do your fucking
I saw
job,
I
nigga.
saw a stat line. I saw like a chart. I saw a chart earlier today on Twitter
Mhm.
of the worst corner shooters of the last 10 years in the playoffs. OJ Anunoby is on that list for how he shot the corner three ball this year. It was one of the worst shooting performances from the corners in the last 10 years in the playoffs. That is horrific. That is fucking horrific.
You can't even do the basics of what your job is, and you want to take on more responsibility. It's
And that's
crazy.
why, like, I know you get on his ass a lot, Ed, but that's why I can't get on Brunson too much because, like, there are times where he can and should take a step back, but then there are times like that where Mikhail isn't doing shit until the fourth quarter. Then he wants to turn to Kobe Bryant, and OG can't hit the shortest three ball in the freaking game. And then Cat gets to foul trouble, and now he's forced to play like he did last year, where he had the ball every single possession for 48 minutes and make a play.
But
So
this the problem with
it's kind of a mixed bag.
Now it is kind of, but also, and I say this cat issue is cat gonna have to stop being so fucking nice, bro. You got to learn how to get nasty about the ball, bro. You're one of the greatest big men to ever play the game, bro. You need to get to a point where you smacking motherfuckers in the locker room, nigga ain't getting you the ball. You need to get like how the Shaq, DeMarcus Cousins, whoever, the great big men, they will smack the shit out of nigga for not giving them the ball. You got to get like that as a big, bro. I said it on state podcast last time I was over. If I was cat, a nigga deny me the rock by halftime, walk around that motherfucker naked. Nigga, y'all niggas finna feel my pain right this month. Somebody finna give me the ball. We on straight jailhouse time, nigga. This shit clear max around this motherfucker. I don't get the rock. Fuck you niggas talking about, nigga. Y'all niggas gonna
You
feel
want
me.
to you want to know what he should
Shit.
do? Do you want to know what he should do to get himself toughened up mentally?
And Indiana 6 turnovers. OKC 1 turnover in the fourth quarter. Continue, Omar.
He should hit up Zebo and go over that grit and grind tape. Because as a
Mhm.
kid, getting into basketball for the first time, those grit and grind Memphis teams were some of my favorites to watch, even though I was a Knicks fan, obviously. So he should, for him to get that
Shea
tough
with the
up
layup.
mindset,
121.05.
he needs Zebo to watch tape with him and instill that bullies get bullied mentality in him. You gotta get that instilled.
Mhm.
I think
Facts.
that would go a long way. Because Zebo wasn't, he
'Cause,
didn't play. Zebo didn't get no
nah,
fucks. He ain't
but
get no.
Zebo a real, real certified gangster, in the real world. So yeah, that'll definitely rub off to have that type of guy around him because, like I said, that's one of them. Zebo, that's a real certain. That's who Moneybag Yo signed to. I don't know if y'all know that he signed to Zebo.
Oh,
That's
not.
why. I mean,
I knew they had a connection. My
that's
fault. My
part
fault,
of
Omar.
why the Knicks trade for signed PJ Tucker because they needed that. They needed that leader who's gonna get in your face and bring that toughness out of you, bring that dog out of you. You feel me?
Hmm.
That's why they got him on the squad,
Now
and it worked to some extent. It worked to an extent. Yeah,
yeah, and then the thing,
that Detroit series really tested them mentally.
yeah, they and, like thing with going back to Brunson in that conversation. Now the part with Brunson does a lot of that gas and OG shit up out of to freeze cat out. He'll gas OG up to freeze cat out. That is what fucks him up to where now OG think he's something he's not because Brunson used your goofy ass to freeze cat out. Now you think you really this nigga. So a lot of that you gotta think about that too because there's been times where I'll see Brunson or tell Cat come set the pick on the pick and roll. They run the pick and roll. Cat the beat passed out to the rim about 2-3 feet. Easy wide open bucket. This nigga will literally look him off and kick the ball to a well contested OG in the 3-point line. Like, what the fuck is going on if he don't keep it and throw up some goofy layup that gets blocked? I'm just being real, bro. I'm telling you, a lot of that shit goes back to your boy, man. To your boy. It's a reason why I see that now. As much as I like Jalen Brunson, a killer. It's a moment that nigga make you give you the Jordan Kobe vibe. But also, I see why he went second round. I'll say that. I see the flaws now. And I see a lot of his daddy's spirit in him. You can tell his daddy raised him and trained him because if you know how Rick was, who was a talented player, but Rick had an attitude. Rick was kind of abusive. That hurt Rick's career. And you could tell Rick brought him up because Jalen's got that bully mentality too as a result in terms of his form of leadership, if that makes sense.
Yo, Omar, crazy.
Man, I'm gonna call
I
it like
see.
that is.
I see now why Billy and Tony
That's my
always.
that's my
I know why. I see now why Billy and Tony always getting into it. I always see why he's always stirring up drama on the fucking timeline now.
But you know what I learned from that though? We all
shout out to them guys. Shout out to them.
Shout
Shout
out
out
to
to
Tony and
them.
Billy, man.
Shout out to Billy and Tony.
The same, we all did come out the same testicles. So like not everybody gonna think the same, bro.
Exactly. You know what? No, my cousin taught me down here in Memphis. If two men always agree, one of them a bitch. That's real nigga shit. If two men always agree, one of them a bitch. Shit. Two swinging dicks ain't gonna always agree.
Stay. What we saying? 13-point deficit. 2 minutes left.
Yes,
you think
sir.
Indiana got another one in them or not?
I don't. I think this game is over.
Oh yeah, it's over.
We're gonna find out what Indiana resolve is in Game 6. Game 6 is gonna have to be the Tyrese Halliburton game because he did absolutely nothing this game. The score is 107-120. Is one.
Wait, Indiana has no timeouts left either. Oh shit!
With no timeouts left. And how long we been up here? What's this? 2 hours.
2 hours
already?
and 22 minutes.
21 to 22 minutes.
Yeah, shout out to my guy Ed, man. My fault, Ed. I should have fucking. I sent you this shit, but you know, Ed, man. Ed, he get money. He outside all the time and shit, man. I gotta catch Ed when I catch him, man.
Yeah, I had got when coincidentally when you was getting freed up around 5, that when I got tied up from 5 to 9. Like you said, I had to make some money real quick, run some plays. So, yeah.
I know how that should go, man. It's looking like OKC gonna win this game.
I'm being real. I told myself before this game started that whoever won this game is gonna win the finals. Like I took it as this was the game that's gonna decide the series.
I felt the same way. I agree. Totally. We'll see.
We'll see. Indiana, the score is 109-120. Furphy just scored. Number 12. Nice drive to the rim. So my question to y'all, since we're reaching, what time is it? It's 11:17 p.m. Shouts to all the Knicks fans that's in here. We got 1,336 watching live. Shouts to everybody who's watching live from the VSN program. Shouts to my guy Ed. What are we learning about the finals, brothers? What are we learning if OKC wins this finals? You drafted your number 2 overall pick. You got the number 11 overall pick. You got almost 12. They got so much draft capital. I don't know what draft capital is. You're in a small market. Your team's best player just won MVP. Now OKC is officially winning this game. The score was 120-109. Let me give them a nice complimentary hand clap. But what are you guys learning? I'm gonna start with you, Ed. Now I'm going straight to you, Omar. What are y'all learning from this finals specifically? And then and then the next part of that question is, how would you want the Knicks to go about their roster? Just watching this final specifically.
You know, one thing I noticed, ain't nobody said nothing about the head coach for the Thunder. Have you noticed that we done went whole play? I ain't heard nobody mention Mark Diagonal. It's about the Jimmys and Joes, not the X's and O's, baby. You feel me? When it's all said and done, it's about the guys on the court to make it up in their mind to deliver. I don't think Mark Diagonal went out there and done some super brilliant coaching job. They just put the right motherfuckers out there and they put a coach with some common sense to go out there and maximize the lineups and let them boys be them. But he ain't doing some superb job. Like, oh my God, you see the play they just ran? The coaching is insane. Look at the lineup. Look how he staggered this line and put this guy here and then came and, did this at a certain time out at a certain moment and fucked the whole momentum off. It's more, Hey man, it's about the Jimmys and Joes, not the X's and O's. If you ask me,
Oh, what you learning in the finals, Brody?
I'm gonna give Dagenham some credit because I try to be a big, you know, I always tell like I have a problem with how people go about saying when a team wins it's the players and they lose it's the coach. I've always hated that, so I'm gonna give Dagenham his flowers. And I think he did. You know, he gave a clear message to OKC and said, "Listen, if you want to win this championship, you gotta outmuscle them here." And OKC did that. They was fearless. They put their bodies on the line. They dove for every loose ball. They went for every block, whether it was a foul or not. You know, they did all the little things. They beat Indiana in the intangibles department, and that's what won them this game. So I gotta give Dagnall credit for that, for getting that message through to every single one of his players. And honestly, for my takeaway from the finals, this OKC, they're the model team for the new CBA. When you go to Adam Silver and you ask him what's a perfect example of a team what's the perfect construction of the team that utilizes the new CBA, he's going to point at Oklahoma City. He built through the draft. They're athletic. They're deep. They're versatile. They got draft picks. They spend their money wisely. They're homegrown, like that. That. They're the model team for the new CBA, and like I said earlier, the NBA is a copycat league. So if
Mm.
I'm the
and
Knicks,
that's a team,
I'm the
and that's a
Knicks.
team that's I was gonna say
Oh,
that's a team that finished number one 2 years in a row.
yep,
And then it's the crazy part. They went number one all this season without Chet. Chet didn't come back to right before the playoffs.
yeah. So if I'm the Knicks, since the NBA is a copycat league, gotta get some ball handlers. You add some athleticism on the squad. You got a lot of guys who are fundamentally sound, but they're not athletic. You don't have enough athleticism. You need more athletic guys, and you gotta improve that depth. You have to improve that depth, and whoever the next coach is has to be able to utilize that depth in different ways while still keeping the parts that were very effective from the previous coaching staff. So,
Very true.
yeah, you
And
got
I,
you got you
and,
got to find that balance because whoever is the next coach of the Knicks arguably will have a shorter leash than Tom Thibodeau because
oh hell
that expectation is going to be championship or bust. Next year's championship or bust for real. I know State was saying that all year this year. Next year is for real championship or bust. Like there's a high chance that if the Knicks don't make it to the finals again, or if they don't even make it back to the conference finals again next year, that coach will be fired after 1 year. Like
and I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not a big trade or GM. I mean, not
there, there,
Leon
there's a
Rose ain't removed.
there will be a chance. There's a chance that if they don't get this right, they will end up like Phoenix after they lost the finals to Milwaukee. How they just never found that groove again. They never found that stability again. And so Leon has to be very careful because he pulled the trigger that not a lot of people, myself included, thought you would pull at least this summer. And now
Right.
you're on the clock because
Mhm.
you traded everybody there is to blame. You fired everybody there is to blame. Dolan's only going to be looking at you now. You are next on the chopping block. It's your ass on the line. So don't fuck it up.
Yo, shouts to J Dub. Legacy game. 37 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Ooh, ooh. Leon Rose, you looking real funny in the light, bro. You
It's
looking
funny.
real.
We could have had SGA and J Dub on the same team
Mm,
on the Knicks.
I
yeah,
remember that. I remember we that year we drafted Kevin
Kevin.
Knox. Man, I was like, so y'all really spent the whole year scouting the Kentucky Wildcats, same fucking team. You watched the same team all year, and you came away thinking Knox was the best player.
It's funny because the Knicks needed a point guard for the longest, and they passed on both Halliburton and
Yeah, the
SGA.
Halliburton one really. I just knew they were gonna take Halliburton.
Halliburton,
I just
Vassell,
it was so there.
SGA. They passed on a lot of point guards in that draft. Yo, To be fair,
I
the
still
Cavs,
want to know. I still want to know what the fuck. I want if I can ask Leon Rose anything. What the fuck were y'all thinking taking Obi anyway? What was the thinking?
I'll tell you what the thinking was. They didn't think Randall was gonna break out the way he did. They was ready to trade Julius Randle.
They should have traded
Yeah.
him regardless.
That's what I was thinking. Like I just knew they were gonna trade him that summer. Like, okay, well Julius is out.
I mean,
They brought the nigga back.
I think Obi came to a realization that being a starter is not in it for him. Because when he
Hmm.
first got to Indiana, he was starting and he wasn't doing well. The team as a whole
Hmm.
wasn't doing well. It wasn't until they benched him for Jarris Walker that they started improving a little bit. And then once they got Pascal, that really took them far. So, because remember, that was the main reason Obi wanted to leave the Knicks or was okay with leaving the Knicks. He wanted to start. It wasn't
Hmm.
about the money, you wanted to start. You wanted a
He
bigger
fighting with
role.
Thibs over minutes in the
You,
hallway.
you wanted a bigger role. And then when he got to Carlisle or McMillan and then Carlisle, he got a wake up call. He got a reality check like, yo, maybe this is actually what's best for me. And now he's in the finals because of it. So,
That's real. That's real. That's real. That's some real shit. Well said. Because that's exactly how this played out. And kudos to him for waking up and accepting, embracing his role, right? Because now that he's embraced it, he's fucking thriving. I
yeah.
know he wishing he been did that. Like shit, I should have been embracing this shit.
That's why like with Emmanuel quickly, like it sucks what's happened to him since he left New York, because he went from a 6 man a year finalist. He wanted to start and get paid like a starter, and there was no way the Knicks was going to do either of them. So they had to trade him. He got paid $35 million to be the starting point guard for the Raptors, and he hasn't done anything with it. He's been hurt a
Hmm.
lot, and even when he's played, he hasn't really. He always looked out of place with the rest of the team. So now he might get traded again. Who knows?
Yeah, we
Nate,
know.
Grass isn't always greener on the other side.
that's a fact.
The
I
the
know the
one thing
grass green on the side of us getting rid of this nigga Jaren off our team. You know? The grass is definitely green.
hopefully the teams make some moves, man. Not another great NBA Finals game. Love the game, by the way. Shouts to the NBA. Nice back and forth. How many we got? We got 1,400 people in here right now. Shouts to all of you guys that's tuning in right now. Appreciate you guys. That's nice. That's very nice. Y'all know I'm in the family liquor store right now. We about to close up soon. We've been here for like 2 hours or so. So I guess we could get out of it. We got into everything. I really love the part of what you said about Taylor Jenkins. Ed, shouts to my guy. Appreciate you for pulling up, man. Ed, appreciate you for pulling up. I guess the last question I got for both of you guys, and I guess I start with you first, my guy Ed, and then Omar. I guess you could close us out on your note. But Ed, man, what do you got to say for the Knicks fans as far as like Taylor Jenkins? Should we hire him? Is he a championship coach? Where people can find you at when you got some new music coming out? Also, shouts to all my VSN brothers. Appreciate you guys. Shout outs to Trippy, my guy Raw, and all of you guys, man. Appreciate all of you guys. But Ed, the floor is yours, Brody.
Hey, y'all shut up there. Shit.
I had her. I had her too.
Yeah, y'all shut up there. I'm in the background with the bad ass kids. Man, shut up. Hey, tell them, shut up. Tell them. Oh, tell them be quiet. Seriously. Yeah, on the camera. All the noise and shit. I just tell them, Jay, take her upstairs. Come on. But yeah,
Happy
um,
Father's Day, by the way.
Happy
right.
Father's Day to both of y'all, man, and to everybody that's viewing the stream.
Yeah, so yeah, appreciate that, Omar State, appreciate that. So I will say this. This is why I wore the T-shirt. By the way, I wore this for a reason because I did want to say that but earlier about Ja, man, because I never really. I asked you the question, but I never just said it. Ja ain't going nowhere. This shit death row, bro. This shit death row down here. Nigga ain't going nowhere unless you leave this motherfucker in the casket. He ain't leaving Memphis, bro. And he got it tatted on him, and we got it tatted on us, man. This shit death row ready. That's why I wore this shirt, because I wanted to make sure that I said this. I had to make sure I could get there while I said it. But as far as with Taylor Jenkins, yeah, I think Taylor Jenkins might actually be the best hire option considering what we saw in the playoffs defensively or lack of defense from Jalen Brunson and Cat, and then also utilizing Cat and also utilizing the depth that you have on this or that you're gonna get going forward, being willing to play your bench. So with that being said, that's why I told y'all to go upstairs. It don't matter. Anyway, so like I was saying, I would definitely say at the end of the day, man, Taylor Jenkins is gonna be your best hire in this situation. There ain't no question about it. I think that Mike Brown could work, but I think the problem with Mike Brown is Mike Brown might not play the bench to the degree Taylor Jenkins does. He's not known to play that bench the way Taylor Jenkins does, and I think they're gonna need some of that. And also, like I said, Taylor has proven he doesn't mind running some offense that takes the ball out of the point guard hands so and allows you to run it through other people. Maybe even put Kolick and Brunson on the floor together for some stretches where Kolick is the PG and Brunson playing off the ball. And then the offense is more centric to Cat versus Brunson. Brunson will play more decoy in those situations. We saw a lot of that this year with Little Scottie Pippen, John Morant, and Jaren Jackson Jr. So I think between all of that, I think Taylor Jenkins is definitely your best hire, your best choice. Ain't no based off of what we seen. I think they know it too. That's why, and I'm glad I said this on the way before it's up. I think that's why those leaks of all those coaches that the Knicks reached out to and or tried to interview. I think that was the them trying to set that up to where they know they're gonna hire Taylor so they can say, look, we went out and tried to, we tried to get Jason Kidd. We asked to speak to this guy. We asked to speak because this is the first time I've been watching ball 30 years. This is the first time I've ever seen a team leak out where every coach that they reached out to try to interview, it got leaked out. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen that before. I haven't. So that to me lets me know that's them leaking that out to set it up for hiring either Taylor Jenkins or Mike Brown. And they kind of can justify by saying, hey, we did our due diligence. We reached out to these guys, yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, I think when it's all said and done, that Taylor Jenkins is going to be your best choice for this version of the Knicks.
Shout outs to you, Ed. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Especially the insight with Taylor Jenkins, man. Appreciate that. Raw, shout outs to you for tuning in the chat. Oh, what you got to say to the people, to the Knicks fans, man? Once again, appreciate both of you guys for tuning in. I don't know how I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know how the hell I got this panel up here. but that's
You can't talk. Hey, if you gonna talk about Taylor, you got to bring in a guy that knows Taylor. Taylor actually knows me, and like he actually knows me.
yes,
You
he
want to bring
fixed
this?
it.
You want to bring? You know what I mean? You got to bring in the motherfucking source, baby. Country
Me,
boys.
me and
Yeah.
Steve been trying to collab for a minute now. I was supposed to have gone to a liquor store multiple times. We were supposed to do lives and stuff. So I'm just happy we finally got to do it. So obviously, I appreciate you having me here, State. Ed, shout out to you, of course, for popping in, giving us your
Yes, sir.
insight from Memphis HQ. You feel me, from the trenches of Tennessee.
Yeah. You know it. Straight out down, right on the river, North Memphis, baby.
Yeah, my message for Knicks fans is just, I mean, be patient and trust the front office that got you to this position. Honestly, like there's always every time Leon's made a lot of moves that we've questioned, and a lot of times we got proven wrong because of it. So, obviously they have something in mind. They're taking the absolute care and to make sure that every stone is unearthed. That nothing is left out. So I would say just be patient and just trust in the front office to make a move. Because like I said, we've doubted Leon on many things, and we end up being 2 wins away from the finals. So we right there. The East is wide open next year. A lot of teams are gonna fall off. Not enough teams are gonna be getting better. So we still right there, man. We still right there. So just relax a little bit. Take a chill pill. There's only so much to talk about in the off season. You know what I mean? You chill out, enjoy the weather. If you're participating in Knicks Twitter Day, get ready for that. If you're going to Fanatics Fest, if you're going to Fanatics Fest, let me and State know. We'll pop out. We'll link you.
Omar, you going to Knicks Twitter Day?
I'm playing in it.
Oh, you playing in it? Well, okay. What you running? What you trying to run? What position?
Ooh, I'm a Swiss Army knife. So wherever
Don't put me at the 3.
wherever Coach Mill put me at, I played the 3. When I played varsity, I played the 3. But I was used a lot of other positions too. So I'm wherever Coach Mill decides to put me at, I'm gonna play.
Somebody gonna record a stream this shit. I know they say they're not officially streaming. I know they're gonna allow some type of recording. There's no fucking way.
The host is gonna go live, bro.
Okay.
This host right here to our left is gonna go live, bro. So
Got you.
yeah. Just watch out for SNYK on Twitch or StreamYard or whatever, man. He's got live stream the whole thing. I was
y'all going you go. I'm thinking you talking about Sean or something. So
Nah. Sean and the people hosting the event are not streaming the event. So it's just gonna be people in Nick's Twitter. They're gonna be streaming and broadcasting it or whatever.
Gotcha.
From their end. Deej and Papa left the play-by-play, doing a video call from their space. They're gonna do the whole thing. State and a bunch of other content creators. They're gonna be going live on their end.
I'm going live streaming. I'm going live streaming. I'm be on StreamYard and all that. They're gonna see me live.
And for those that are unable to catch any of that, there will be a documentary coming out. Sean and them are filming a documentary for the event. The players are mic'd up, so I am gonna be mic'd up along with everyone else that's participating. We're all gonna be mic'd up. It's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a vibe. But yeah, that's all I really got for Knicks fans, man. Enjoy the weather, man. Enjoy the summer. Be patient. Trust the team.
I will. One last word for you Knicks fans. I'm going to Knicks Twitter Day. I'm going to feel like Gucci Man when he went to Jeezy birthday party.
Showed up precious motherfucker with the bullshit. That nigga showed up to Jeezy party with a tuxedo on the middle of you on that type of that shit. That nigga Dylan Arch was crazy. Gucci, fuck that. Gucci at the verses. Gucci told that nigga, go dig your partner up.
I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna have to do a state of hip hop or some shit this summer. Are you
gonna be able to when you do that stream State, can I somehow come on and watch with y'all or come in and interact? You gotta do that. Yeah, you're gonna have to do that. Yeah, you go. I gotta, because if it weren't for me having another baby on the way, I'll be in New York right now. That's the reason why I'm not in New York, because I had to be here I got to take care of this. So that's the only reason why because I was supposed to have been up in New York for the summer, for the spring or whatever. So I'll be up there next year. It look like I'll be.
Congrats, Ed. Congrats on a new baby on the
way. Appreciate it.
I will. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have my phone to 100%. I'm gonna actually order my tickets tonight when I get home. Like, I'm still in the liquor store and shit, so I'm gonna order like 3-4. I think I told Gigi I owe her a ticket, so I'm gonna get Gigi a ticket. I'm gonna come with like 3 of my homies. I'll probably come with my cousin, my little bro, probably one of my homies. Not one of my homies who's just too street. I can't bring one of them niggas.
A lot of energy, right. It's a lot of energy. Roll mood, shit can go crazy. Yeah. I feel you. Yo, on the street.
I can't wait to see how State reacts to how the games go, bro.
That's why I said he got to stream it. That's why you got to stream this shit. You got to. That's gonna be more entertaining than the game. Damn there.
He's gonna see someone do a size up and be like, "Oh, he got the beep bop boop." Oh, never mind.
I'm gonna be front row. You know how that shit go. When I pull up, the party start. And I
I want to know. You know what I'm thinking about?
uh-huh.
Who do y'all think gonna be the one that had the most embarrassing moment of the day?
Mm. That's why I'm not playing, Ed.
Ah!
Yeah, I played a full court. I tested myself too. I played a full court like 2 weeks prior.
Woo.
Ed, yo,
That
I'm
shit
garbage.
different in your 30s.
Yeah, I'm garbage.
That shit different. That full court hit different in your 30s, man. I swear it do. Niggas see why them old heads used to run boring ass half court games. I don't want to run half court. This shit boring. Now nigga they 30, like fuck that. That boring shit gonna keep a nigga out of hospital. Shit.
Shit. I bet, I bet, Rob. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up the stream early that day, and then I'm gonna send. I'll shoot out the link so you Ed could join. All of y'all guys could join. If you got a YouTube channel, make sure you connect the YouTube channel to the my YouTube, so the YouTube can simultaneously, whatever the hell word,
simultaneously.
Simultaneously. That's why I got you here, right? It plays from all of our YouTubes, right? I pay for the most expensive StreamYard, so we going to connect all of this together. Knicks fans gonna watch this. I'm gonna make sure I bring some fun. It's gonna be exciting. And we're gonna have a lot of fun that day. I'm gonna make sure I get a couple of merch pieces done this weekend, so I could come out there with at least 10 t-shirts, give them out. If you're a Knicks fan, you want something for free, you better run down on me as soon as you see me. As soon as you don't wait your turn. Don't let the females run up on me. And they like stay. And they grab on my face. It's over. It's over. But yo.
Hey, you nicer than me. I'm about to grab something else to get a free t-shirt out of me. I rub something else.
Ed, listen, bro. Listen, Ed, Ed doesn't know about Saturday night. He doesn't know about Saturday night.
What
happens?
Fanatics.
No. This past Saturday when I was in Long Island.
Oh, he was with that's another convo for another day.
See, why you tell us this at the last second? Omar, you gotta give me that. You gotta know we gotta do a part 2 with us three on here because I need to know
I'll forward you the tweet. I'll tell State to give me your ad, and I'll forward you the tweet. I'll DM you the tweet of what happened this past Saturday night. Let's just say Knicks Twitter was in a fucking. They made Knicks Twitter go fucking bananas.
Your man, just to put it in simple terms, your man was with an actress.
Omar! Yeah, you got it in you, boy. Okay.
Mind you, Ed, it's the face of the franchise.
Oh shit! Wait till you
see that.
Oh man, what time is it, yo? All right, we been here long enough, fellas. Let's get out of here. Appreciate both of you guys, man. Appreciate both of you guys. Appreciate all of you Knicks fans that was in here. Salute. Make sure you go to State SNYK merch. Make sure you go get that merch. You see the SNYK Jaws, the custom jersey. You see I got the custom hat on. Shout out to my guy. Hey, he got the death row on. That means Ja Morant is not going nowhere. Shout out to my guy O.
Straight to Tupac shit on. Straight Tupac.
Yeah.
But and shout out to you Knicks fans, man. We tapped out at 1,496 people today. Damn. Appreciate you guys. I'm out of here. Peace and blessings, everybody. And also, once again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Hey, tell the haters, take that. What you saying? What's the count? What's the count again?
I think it's take that or something like that.
Yeah, take that. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Free Diddy, by the way.
I was gonna say take that for data, but
yeah, free Diddy. Fuck it, shit. I was saying, free Diddy.
Yeah. I holla at all of you guys, man. Peace and blessings, everybody.
Yeah, have a good night.
Out to YouTube,
Have a good night, man.
brothers
Bless.
as well, man. Have a blessed night, y'all.
Have a blessed